Welcome! We are Small and Mighty, and today we're going to be playing some D&D. How are we all doing today? Is everyone excited?
Yeah.
Can't stop waiting.
Good news, guys! We've got Ryan back!
Wow!
Where? Oh, he's gone now.
Ryan left. Oh well.
Bye, Ryan.
Right.
Bye. But we've got this guy
I'll play
instead.
for you, don't worry, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm Bruce, I'll be playing today.
Yeah, good. How's it going, everyone? You all excited to play?
Yeah.
Very excited to see what on earth is about to happen in this.
Yeah, there's going to be a mixed mood here because there's 4 players who are terrified, and then Ryan who has no clue.
I'm gonna give your shoulder a
No clue
kiss.
what's going on.
What was that, Unai?
What happened?
I just gave Adam's shoulder a kiss.
And my shoulder,
mean-
my shoulder appreciates it, I guess.
Good.
Are you trying to curry favour with the DM? Is that what's going on?
Yes, obviously. I mean,
Can I ask for everyone else on their Discord screen? Is Unai next to Adam? Because Unai is next to Sarah.
Yeah.
no, but in the stream, it's different.
It's different. The layout is different on the stream to our
On the
Discord.
stream,
Yes.
it's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Also,
What Unai just did is very confusing to us,
I
but
think
for
I'm-
viewers, it's probably still very confusing.
hang on. Someone in the chat. Am I really loud? Because
Oh,
it seems
Oh, you're fine.
you're fine,
it's
Brian.
like. Are you sure?
Yeah,
Because
turn it
it's
down,
going to
God.
red all the time.
As you can tell, despite having done this for like 13 episodes now, this is a well-oiled machine.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. Oh yeah, we know what we're
Good.
doing.
Cheers.
Right.
Will
Good.
and Sarah, can you each position yourself in your frame so that on the stream you look like one long person?
Oh wait, yeah, okay. Where am I?
Anyway.
I'm on a standing desk. I can't.
Will stands up, yeah, and then I go this way.
What's
Oh yeah,
happening?
I should put my
I've
like
lost
it's on my
control
neck.
there.
And then
There you go.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna kiss you.
Sarah, you got to move your.
Those go down.
Everyone
Right.
takes 13 points of psychic damage.
It's already
This
got
is
out
the
of
game
hand.
now.
Everything's got out of hand.
Right. Yeah.
Right, D&D.
God.
That's what we're here for, guys.
Yes.
So, the plan
I
is,
think we should just carry on.
Guys.
I can mute everybody. Don't test me. So, the plan is, we're going to play D&D for about 2 to 3 hours, with a short break about an hour in. But as always, this is D&D and improv, so anything can happen, so don't hold us specifically to those times. We'll do a recap in a second, but I just want to remind everyone that this week, Will has the inspiration token. Ignore all of you.
Ooh.
So you have the inspiration token, Will. This is Verity gave it to you last time for, I think, taking the mick out of you with magic. So,
Bad.
but might be important having that this session.
Nah.
So,
I can't think why.
speaking of, so recap for last session. Small and Mighty, you have taken it upon yourselves to rescue a forest troll who'd been trapped inside the city and whose blood was being used to naturally enhance the lifespan of a local cul-de-sac which he was trapped within. You made the beginnings of a plan with Burchard to hire a horse and cart to smuggle the troll out of the city, and then you returned to the cul-de-sac, but upon returning to it in the evening to collect said troll, you found that the street was now under quarantine. A barricade had been erected blocking the entrance into the
I
cul-de-sac,
remember now.
and the Justicars had closed down the street on notice of corrupting magic at play. There was 2 guards posted there, regular guards, but within you could see one Justicar who was making their way house to house, brutally killing people, it seemed, who they deemed to be corrupted by magic. We pick up now with the party who had split into 2, with Brass, Pebble and Christina, who had climbed onto a roof of a building trying to sneak past that quarantine barricade, and as Chad and Talia left in the streets below. What do you want to do, guys?
Who are we starting? Which
Yeah, where are we
group
starting?
with?
Up to you, really. Who wants to go first?
I have a vague idea of what Talia
Okay.
might want to do. So, apart from panicking, trying to find a vantage point.
Okay, so
Where her and Chad can watch, like, a good view of where the party are going to be, and basically just see if anything's going to go to shit.
sure. a little difficult. So the way these streets are, they're tall, like imagine like Victorian houses. They're kind of like 3 stories high and quite narrow streets.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be quite hard to find a vantage point where you could see on top of the roof.
But like, can
Very
we have
easily.
like a low down vantage point?
Well, if you're low down, you're not going to be able to see the top of the roof. So you basically lose sight of the party almost immediately.
But they'll have to come off of the roof.
Well, it depends. It depends what they're doing.
Okay.
They might
but
come
also,
off the
but
roof,
from,
or they
you,
might-
from the ground, you could totally see onto a roof. That's the thing, right? Like if they're far away, maybe.
Well, if you've got like a narrow alleyway like this, you're standing here and they're on this roof. You
But they'll
quickly would
move.
distract them. Yeah, they'll move further away from you into the cul-de-sac.
We could try and talk our way into one of the. Chad could probably convince someone to let them in at midnight. Here, knock on the door, just be like, "Oh yeah, hi, do you want to and let us go in and just like, can we get access to your roof, please?" I reckon we could make that work.
Is that Chad saying that totally in character?
I mean, yeah, we should probably figure out in character of like
Yeah. So Chad's gonna be like, so Tali,
Yeah.
you're probably like, you're
I look for a vantage. Yeah.
yeah, just like, best place to be would be on a roof. Just ask nicely. I guess they'll, I'm sure we could get onto one of these lovely people's roofs.
You want to ask them to come into their house at midnight? Do you think that will work?
Have you seen me talking to people? I'm
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
delightful.
that's the main source
People
of
just
concern.
tend to do stuff for me.
When?
Oh, let's give it a go.
I mean, I guess we don't have anything else to lose right now, so if,
Yes.
if you really think it will
Excellent.
work, I guess we could try that. I want to make sure we can see them, and if they need help, then Tali and you can help. We can help.
Yeah, excellent. Let's go for it. Chad's gonna just like self-righteously march off towards the nearest door on the opposite side of the street.
Yeah, okay. So you're doing that, so we'll come to that in a second. Team Rooftop, so Brask, Pebble, and Christina, you are on top of the roof. For Ryan's sake, is there any questions you want to ask now so you get an understanding of the situation, or are you good to go?
And also for Pebble's sake, because I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Okay. As the three of you, are there any questions you want to ask to remind yourself of the situation?
I'm taking a position of intentional voluntary ignorance.
Good. Okay, so Ryan's fine.
The less I know about what we're doing and why we're here, more in character I am.
Yes.
So we've just witnessed like a murder, basically, right?
Mhm.
Pebble's gonna be in shock. Did we witness it from the roof then? Or
No,
was
you
it
witnessed it
before?
from the ground.
Oh, right. So I already recovered that of it. Okay.
Technically, not all of you saw it, but you heard the screams and you heard the loud booming voice
I
from the
remember.
Justicar. Although Chad, actually no, because Chad and Pebble, you had gone to the gate where the guards were, pretending to try and visit some friends in the street. You saw the actual murder happen. You then retreated
Yes.
back to the alleyway where everyone was hanging out. So Pebble, you have seen the actual murder.
Nice.
You're one of the few who actually saw it properly.
Pebble is traumatized.
Good.
Pebble is scared and
Pebble
scared.
is not okay.
Pebble's not okay. So we're in the roof.
Yes, you're on the roof.
The Justicar's helmet impedes him from, like, he just has to do
He has
this
a-
to
he has
look
a
into
hood.
the roof.
He has a hood.
Okay.
So yes, I'll describe the Justicar again. So you saw someone wearing this kind of like, kind of gold or brass, like coloured, like plate armor, but they were wearing a pristine white tabard and cloak, and the cloak was pulled over their head. The other notable feature was this very large greatsword, which they had so far used to stab Vittoria, who remember was the person who originally was celebrating her 111th birthday party.
That sword really was great.
The thing about is Cloud from Final Fantasy. When you say big great sword, I'm sorry, but yes, that's all I think about.
I was
Spoilers,
thinking
guys, it's
Assassin's
Cloud.
Creed, but yeah.
Oh my god!
Cool.
It actually literally was.
Right? Hello?
Yes, Team Rooftop, what are you doing?
Can I do a bit of an inside check? I want to see if Brask has twigged onto Pebble's emotional state.
Yeah,
if he's
absolutely.
all traumatized.
Yeah, go for it. Roll an insight check.
Yes.
And we got an 8. Oh,
No.
sorry, we got 11.
That was
Yeah,
fine.
okay, I'll say with 11, like, I imagine it's very obvious Pebble is feeling very nervous about the situation. So yeah, you twig onto that.
Then Braska's just gonna like. Does he fully understand why, or does he just sort of go, my friend is feeling
Bad.
unnerved for some reason?
I think, although
Okay,
Brass doesn't fully understand the situation, you understand that there is some killings going on. So I'm sure you could put 2 and 2 together. Like you are a hardened warrior. You've seen battle. You've seen death before.
Yeah.
Pebble was clearly struggling with that
He's
concept.
a little boy.
Yeah. So Brask will go over to. He'll sort of shuffle across on the rooftop and put a giant sort of claw on his shoulder and be like,
Not worry. If anybody tries to kill us, we kill them first. It's easy.
But...
I'll even kill your chef for you.
thank you. Yes.
And
Mhm.
just say the word. I'll kill them.
Okay.
How's
Pebble-
Christina reacting at this time? Obviously,
Yeah.
Pebble was clearly traumatized, but Christina, you're there too.
Well, I've killed a few men in my time. Oh, a few ratlings.
Yeah.
I'm hardened to that. But I think it's dawning on me that, like, so like Christina's always had magic in her life. It's never been like a massive issue. Like, we've managed to get away with it so far. She's sort of like, oh shit, this is like getting really real now. Like, I definitely cannot use magic. No matter how like rebellious I'm feeling, how like frustrated I'm feeling. So I'm just sort of like watching out what else is going to happen. It's like sort of keep an eye on the Justicar and like what his movements are going to be.
Roll me a perception check then.
Perception check.
As you're trying to keep an eye on them.
Yeah. Oh, 4.
4, okay. When you climb up to the roof, you lost track of them, and you're looking out the cul-de-sac, and you're like scanning the cul-de-sac, trying to spot them, but you can't currently see them.
Right.
You imagine they've probably gone back into another one of the houses, and probably doing something inside the house, which is probably not good. But you have currently lost track of them for the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine sort of the weight of feeling a little bit out of your depth is probably kind of kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say, well, with your insight check, you also are aware that Christina is feeling very similar to Pebble.
okay, yeah. So Brask is going to try and step up to be the leader in this situation, and he's going to look after everybody. These guys are his team, so he will do everything he can to make things okay, even if he's not quite sure what's actually going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll kind of like he had one claw on Pebble. He'll do the same thing on Christina, and he'll just sort of like, he's gonna try and like rally them with a kind of speech.
Ooh.
Almost, not so much a speech, and more just like, just conveying the glory of like adventure and fighting for.
We fight for justice and good things, and nothing bad can happen when you're good. And
He's not the most articulate guy, but he's trying.
Also, like, I can imagine Brask might be feeling confused because Justice is basically doing something wrong. The figure of the utmost figure of justice has just murdered someone. So
does Brask know that? Because you said that the rest of
oh,
us
right,
the screen.
yeah,
Yes, Brass, you didn't see what happened, and
true.
you're not entirely like, just because this is a Justicar. Brass doesn't really have the context for where they sit within like the law structure.
Oh, okay.
No one's fully explained that to him. I will say though, although Brass doesn't fully understand the situation, you are aware of your task. The reason why you were on the roof was to get into the cul-de-sac to sneak out the troll from this figure who is killing people.
Yeah. So in my view, maybe these guys are not feeling so confident about sneaking in. So he's like
got this, guys. We are light as a feather, and as silent as also a feather.
Good.
Words.
Brosk isn't sure what a feather is.
Good.
Yes.
He thinks they're a really stealthy creature.
Yes.
Mm.
Excellent.
In a way, no.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
So are you continue to make your way across the roof toward like. So obviously, I'll remind you, like the cul-de-sac, the way it's laid out is there's obviously buildings all around the outside of it, like a ring. But then the actual tavern itself is right in the center. There is 2 buildings back to back, which is the tavern and the butcher's. So you can't like stay on the rooftops to get to the tavern. You have to sort of descend into the cul-de-sac in some way at some point.
We just sort of like,
Ooh.
again, like huddled together, all 3 of us. We'll start trying to like sort of tippy toe forward to the
Sure.
the point on the rooftops that's closest to the tavern.
Sure. Okay. Make me a stealth check with disadvantage because you're trying to be sneaky, but also dragging 2 people along with you.
Do we all make it or just Brask?
No, just Brask. Brask is trying to lead you in this effort.
The
Were they
first one was a
cool?
15. The second one was a natural 1.
Oh no!
So
Okay.
that's not gone well.
Oh boy.
Okay, let me just figure something out.
All right. It's all right,
Okay.
guys.
As
Yep.
you are like trying to pull these 2 along and sneakily walk, you do come across a part of the rooftop where the tiles are loose, and you step, and you all start sliding. Brass, you manage to kind of dig in and stay on the roof, but you watch as Pebble starts like falling off the edge of the building. Brass or Christina, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can try and catch hold of Pebble before he plunges
Yeah, I
down to
wanna,
the street
like-
below.
Sorry.
Extend my tail in his direction or
Yeah.
something.
We
The
both
dex
do
save.
it?
17.
Okay, actually, don't worry. Christine, before you can even react, you watch as Brass just sort of fires out his tail and wraps it around, probably like Pebble's leg or something. So Pebble, you are hanging upside down by the leg
Oh,
into the street.
Oh,
Pebble, yeah, Brass, you dig your claws into the rooftop that can maintain your position, but Pebble is now hanging in off the roof into the street.
Right. How much noise have we made?
Is that
Yeah, like, do
on
we?
the cul-de-sac side or on the
Cul-de-sac side.
outside side?
Yeah,
What
you're hanging
the
into
fun
the cul-de-sac.
side?
What do we hear?
I imagine you hear a scraping noise and then probably some sort of yelp from Pebble. As I can't imagine Pebble being very quiet about something
No.
like that.
Shit.
What are you doing? Are you pulling him up quickly? What are you doing?
Yeah, Brask will try and just
Yep.
pull everybody up. But he's also, at the same time, although he is to a degree panicking,
Yeah.
he's still got his game face on with like being the optimist of the group. So
Yeah.
he's like,
Don't worry, I've done this lots of times. Tail is actually the strongest part of my body. Everything's fine.
Make me an athletics check to see if you can pull Pebble up quickly.
13?
13's enough for Pebble. Pebble isn't that heavy, so you pull him back under the roof.
Yay.
What are you? Are you? I mean, like diving for cover? Are you just gonna keep going?
Um,
I think we should keep
no,
going.
I think
Yeah.
at this point, yeah.
So you start trying to like make your way back across the rooftops.
Talia is like outside like with Chad, like basically has just stopped moving and is basically waiting to see like if she can hear the Justicar.
Yes. Well, in the cul-de-sac there is movement as a figure re-emerges from a building. And Brass, Christina, and Pebble, what is your passive perceptions?
Massive.
it is.
10.
Is this?
Uh,
Yeah.
13.
Passive perception 13.
What was yours, Brass?
13.
You're cutting out the part. I just hit you.
Yeah.
18.
Which teen? 13.
13.
Okay.
13. Okay,
Like me. Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, so Christina, you don't pick up on this, but
It's
Pebble
13.
and there we go. But Pebble and Brass, you do. You catch re-emerging into the cul-de-sac. You see this Justicar, this hooded figure, and they seem to be staring and scanning along the rooftops where you are. They've clearly heard the
shit.
noise
Let
that
me
you've
see if I
made.
can cast something.
You're not sure they've actually spotted you at this point, but they are clearly alerted to something.
I was gonna say, are they like sort of scanning along the roof, kind of heading in our direction, or just a general sort of like something's going down?
It's hard to tell. With the hood, you can't really see the movement of the head too much. You just see them emerging, and it kind of looks like they're looking in your kind of direction. You're really not sure.
It's Tali, because you wouldn't hear anything, but I don't know in terms of like vision.
Yeah.
I don't know how visible
Let's
this
do it this way. While you guys think about how you're reacting to that, Chad and Tali, rolling back a little bit of time. So this is before the yelp you would have heard from Pebble.
Okay.
You two went to a building across the street.
Yes. Knock
can see-
on the
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You basically knock on the door. You see this is some sort of townhouse, but you can see all the lights are out in the house. You start beating on the door, and there is no immediate
This is
response.
gonna go well. This is gonna go well. So no immediate response. So could I'm just gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Until I can think of something better.
Yeah, so you
Just gonna be like, don't worry, Tali. This is going to be absolutely. This is gonna be great. You're gonna, I'm so glad you're on board. I'm so glad you're trusting in what it is that we're going to achieve here.
you start beating on the door again. This time you start hearing some movement within the house. You hear muffle what sounds like a swear word. And you see a small light being lit inside, maybe like a candlelight that's slowly like making its way down through the building and heading towards the door. You just hear this rumbling noise.
Chad's going to turn to Tali and be like, Tali, stand up as straight as you can. Look like you mean to be here. Trust me, this gets me through all situations. Just hold yourself with some gravitas,
As you're saying that, the door flies open and you just see this wearing like a proper old school like knight clothes, the little hat, but you see this very craggy old looking dwarf, this kind of wiry thin white beard, bushy eyebrows, and you hear this, "What do you want?"
Before Chan even has a chance to say anything, to even open his mouth, Tali's like, Tali and Chad are very sorry. We don't mean to disturb you. If you were asleep, we're sorry. It's quite late.
I was asleep. It's the middle of the night.
I know. Yeah, I know. We would like just to get to the roof. See, Tali lost something, so we were thinking if we get to the roof, we could look on the streets to see if we could find it. Like we could just get to the roof and then you can go back to bed and we don't have to bother you anymore. Right, Chad?
There's a look of disbelief on his face as he kind of doesn't really understand why this entire night. But roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I can do that. Is it? But yeah, okay. Persuasion.
With disadvantage because you woke him up in the middle of the night.
No, I don't have dice. That's I'll do it on.
Then you automatically fail the check.
No. Oh dear. Yes, this is gonna be good. Let's see, this one and this one. Yeah. Natural 1, -1, 0.
Oh my god.
The man just looks at you in disbelief, continues just like...
Door.
You watch him take a step back and he just slams the door. You were left there on the street, a door like just inches from your face. And you just hear muffled from the door like, "Don't disturb me again!" And just goes, you just hear walking back upstairs.
Ollie's just looking at the floor. She's not even, she doesn't want to make any kind of eye contact with Chad.
Chad's torn between, because that was dreadful. that was just abysmal.
He's not good at
Okay, so Chad's like,
Lovely.
Tali, what was that?
Well, I tried. You said, I just tried to. I didn't want to. I tried. Okay, I don't. Tali doesn't.
You didn't let me try. Tali, look, like listen, look, I know I can, I can come across as just too competent sometimes at some things, and there are
No,
some
it's
times
not.
when people just want to see if they can live up to what I can do. But sometimes you just need, I know what I'm doing with people. I'm clearly a nobleman. People believe me when I tell them things. I can. Let's try that next door. Maybe 2 doors along. And
I think
I can get us in. But I appreciate the effort. But really, you need to, if you're going to do this type of thing, and Chad's gonna go into proper full on mentor mode. You're going to do this type of thing. Tali, look, you gotta really hold yourself and speak authoritatively, and people respond well to authority. And they really, particularly common folk who live around here. I mean, that guy didn't look especially
As
common.
Chad is speaking, he's interrupted by the hearing across in the cul-de-sac. You hear a yelp from what is clearly Pebble.
So I need context for what Tali's gonna do. Like, can we see into the cul-de-sac at all?
No, so the cul-de-sac is almost like, kind of way to describe it, it's almost like a light bulb shape, and that where the entrance way is, which is the only way to see into it, is where that barricade is. You are down an alleyway away from that, so you cannot see. There are buildings blocking your vision into the cul-de-sac and where Pebble is. So you hear a yelp from Pebble. It carries across the kind of quiet night sky.
But do we hear anything? Do we hear any Justicar? Because I know he obviously they've come out and are looking. But do we hear anything?
Not at the
Say
moment.
anything?
Not at the moment.
Chad's gonna
Tali
be
full on put like.
This is a-
Pebble. No, shoot, that was Pebble.
One thing that is also
This
sort
is
of
a
muffling.
learning moment for you.
Yeah, Pebble might be in danger. Just wait. We need to see if the Justicar found out.
Another thing that's sort of muffling sounds and stuff is that it is still raining very heavily. By the way, so
That's
footsteps
good.
and movement, generally speaking, is fairly muffled by that.
Yeah.
But roll me another perception check. See if you hear anything else.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So you're waiting a moment.
I'll roll one as well.
Yeah, you can.
It's worth noting that it's hopefully clear to Tali that obviously Chad was being completely insufferable, but this Chad genuinely does see this as
Trying to help,
sincerely as a moment where he can teach someone that he looks up to how to
Oh, Chad. I got 12 on my passive perception is 15, but I got 12 on the roll.
Yeah,
I got
what
a
do you-
19 on my perception check.
Okay. So Tali, in a moment of stress and worry, you basically
Very stressed.
all you can do is focus on that sound of yelping from Pebble, and you can't kind of hear anything else.
Chad's a lot more calm. He's
Yeah, Chad, what you don't hear anything from the Justicar. Again, they're quite far away from you now, and again the rain stuff. But you think you hear something from those two guards that were across the street. You just hear a kind of muffled what the fuck was that?
Right, yeah. Tali, okay, look, fine. That didn't work, okay? The going up on the roof thing, that I think we should go back. This is a great opportunity, okay? Look, I really there's a lot that you teach me. Let me teach you this. This is such this is how I was brought up. Let's go back. I think we should go back and talk to the guards around the thing. I think they may have heard what we just heard, and really we should try and engage with them, distract them
We need a
with authority.
distraction.
With
We need a
authority.
distraction with authority. Okay.
We are the distraction. That's all this is. That's all of everything that I do is. It's just a distraction from how boring all the commoners' lives are. They look.
You had to say that.
Just a reminder.
I thought it was
Chad
going to
isn't
be really
a good guy.
profound, and then it really wasn't.
Yep.
Okay, Chad, I hear you. Okay, look, I have an idea. Tali has an idea. if Chad doesn't mind Tali trying with the guards.
Is it going to go? Absolutely. We can, if it goes well, we can have our gravitas lesson another day. That's absolutely fine.
All right. So Tali she has like a bag, like sort of like a bag. She goes into her bag and she pulls out her her vestments, her religious vestments. She's like, put this on, please.
Okay. Yeah. If this doesn't go well, we do it my way. Okay.
We'll do it your way. But I hear what you're saying. To put these on, you just follow my lead, and just you're here. You're my let's say bodyguard, shall we? Let's go with that. Yeah. Okay.
Putting on these vestments, by the way, Chad, I imagine you're just chucking it over your armor and stuff, but it's basically a set of like robes. They're kind of in this like navy blue, but they have this kind of like silver and gold trimming on them. But there are these long, very almost frumpy kind of robes that kind of just hang on you. So conveniently, they do cover over your armor and just about.
Are they quite fine?
Yes, yes, it would be quite
damn fine.
Chad's gonna be like, have you had these the entire time? These are lovely. Your tailor must be absolutely top rate. You should really put me in touch with them when I have money again.
I'm not sure they do. I think it's just.
No.
Okay.
When I've got money again, they'll do whatever. They'll make me whatever clothes. These are really
But I
excellent.
love him at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
So you're doing that and you're making your way back towards the guards.
Yeah.
We'll smash cut back across the street to the roof party. You've just obviously pulled Pebble back onto the roof. Brass, you've become aware, and Pebble, you've become aware that this Justicar has maybe spotted you, maybe just is aware of something going on. What are you doing?
Pebble will gesture the rest of the team to go lower down and just try to perch over one of the ledges of the roofs, if that's even possible. So only our heads pop up.
They are like obviously a point of roof.
Yeah.
You can get to the other side and try and punch down. Okay, if you are doing that, then roll me a stealth check, each of you.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Oh God! All right, it's fine. I'm glad.
Yes!
We're doing what we're doing.
I have
That's
rolled.
one, right?
I have +6 on stealth, and in my 2 stealth rolls today, I've gotten a natural 1.
It's meant to happen.
I got a natural 2 plus 1 equals 3.
Cool. Christina, what did you get out of interest?
9.
9. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll be honest that none of that beats the Justicar's perception check.
Of course.
Who rolled, I can't bother to calculate it, but rolled over 20.
What?
So, you just see, and they're quite far away. You are like, if you imagine like almost like a clock face. I'm seeing you guys being like the 3 o'clock position, and the Justicar's kind of on sort of the 9 or 8 o'clock position. But you just hear their voice booming across this cul-de-sac. And again, it's not a shout; it's just their voice is amplified, most likely magically, just saying, "Just halt, citizens!"
Like RoboCop.
Kind of like RoboCop. And you just see this figure start to like march towards you.
Do
Is
we
he gonna
hear this?
climb?
The Justicar's head turns slightly towards the barricade, and you just hear, "Guards, make sure no one leaves or enters the area." And they are making their way across the cul-de-sac towards you guys.
As soon as I am able to, we can continue resolving what Team Roof are gonna do. But I'm doing a thing as soon as I can.
Yes, this figure,
So,
armored figure is now not even running, just like proper like power walking practically across the cul-de-sac in your direction.
So what? So with the 1
Mhm.
I rolled, am I still just in that position of like just unsuccessfully hidden, or?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Well, for this one, you were spotted. That's the effect of the natural one.
Okay.
Very obviously
So-
spotted.
So as Brask was like, let me do it. As he was like crouching down, imagine his tail was going up behind him,
Yeah.
with Dragonfang
Huge.
in it.
Yeah.
Yep. Because what he's gonna try and do is basically do a "what's that over there" by making a ruckus over there to distract from where we are. So he's gonna like aim for a chimney on the other side or something like that.
Okay. What
that
is the
makes
range on Dragonfang?
That's a
Can only fly so
question.
far.
It is 60. It's 60 or 120 foot.
Okay, so
It's
yes.
60 slash.
Yeah, so what that
120.
means is that 60 foot is your normal range, and then 120 foot is what's called your long range. So you can throw up to 120 foot, but if you're doing that, you'll roll with disadvantage. You wouldn't be able to do like across the entire cul-de-sac. That would be beyond your range. But you could, again, if you're in the 3 o'clock position, you could do something kind of in the sort of 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock position, or further down in the sort of 5 or 6 o'clock position. 6 o'clock is where I'm imagining the barricade is in the entrance, by the way.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I'll do the opposite side of that to get him
Yep.
far away from his guards at least.
Okay.
And like, yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to make it ricochet and come back to me, because also it will just magically do that anyway. I just whatever is the
Yeah.
easiest thing to hit that's far and noisy.
Sure. Okay, so you're going for a chimney, are you?
Sure, if that's
Yep.
if that's what's there, yeah.
I mean, if you're going for noisy, a glass window would probably be the best bet.
That's true. Then I will go for I'll go for a glass window then.
Okay.
No worries.
And you're going for the furthest distance possible. So roll me attack roll with disadvantage.
So that is a plus. That's the hit DC.
Yes.
Oh my! I just immediately got a natural 1 again. I'm done for
Alright,
today,
guys, it's fine, guys. It's okay. Tali has a plan.
Ryan,
Okay.
yeah, we go back on holiday, okay?
In older editions of D&D, if you rolled 2 natural ones in a row, your character immediately died.
What?
Yep. Luckily, we're not playing those versions of D&D.
So I just accidentally threw Dragonfang at my own head.
Yeah, pretty much. One of my friends told me about this. Like they were using a bow and they shot twice. They got natural 1 twice. So the GM ruled it that the bowstring snapped and sliced her neck open. Anyway,
Yeah.
Good.
this isn't that bad. But what you do is
It's
you
pretty
do
bad.
with dragging your tail, you throw the boomerang, and you watch it just goes, and then sort of hits the roof tile, and just bounces off into the street and clambers down below. Not having the
So-
effect you want.
Right.
In the beat immediately after that, Rask is just gonna be like,
Might be better if you guys go on without me.
And then what happens is Dragonfang starts flying back towards you, but it comes up through a window, right underneath the building you're above, and comes up through the chimney and back round to you.
Nice.
cool. This is fine, guys.
Okay, it will be
At
fine.
this point, you now see the Justicar is running.
No, it will be fine. Now it's my turn. Can I have a turn? Can I do the thing?
Yes. But you hear one last thing from this Justicar, which is like, what does he say? They say, you just hear like, surrender now, or this will end badly for you, and just starts running towards you. You two will start approaching the guards at the gate.
Yeah, Tali's she's gonna march up to the guards. As she's marching up, she's gonna cast Thaumaturgy under her breath
Ooh.
to make her voice boom super loud.
Yep.
She's gonna be like, we're right to the guards, right, like in their eye line, like.
Yep.
My name is Athalia, the divine child of the White Star. Open the gate. I want to talk to the Justicar.
So one thing you notice as you're approaching these guards is they are like hanging onto the barricade, staring in. And you'll remember this when you kind of spoke to them before, Chad. These guys originally were kind of like disgruntled by the fact they've been caught out in the middle of the night. They went to terrified when they started seeing this Justicar like brutally murdering people. And you can see that despite the fact that orders have been barked at them, they're like stuck like watching. Then Tali does this. So Tali, roll me an intimidation check with advantage.
Yeah. Yes. Time. Intimidation. Not great at that. 12.
12, okay.
Mm.
You want to jump out of this sort of soul as this voice booms. And it's very clear, this booming voice, especially for you, Chad, who's right next to it, sounds very similar to the booming voice you're hearing from the Justicar. Like, it is this augmented thing. It almost like echoes, even despite there should be no echo here. They jump out of souls. They do turn to face you. They're not immediately doing what you're saying, though. They're just like, we're under orders to lock down this gate. We can't let anyone
Did you not hear what I said? Open the gate.
They're going to take a look at you. Let me roll an insight check for them. Are you like removing your hood or anything for this point?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one rolled a 2, one rolled a natural 20. You watch as one stands there like, I'm sorry, we can't, and the other one just like smacks him across the mouth and like, shut up, you idiot! Do you know what that is? That's a godling!
Charlie just like looks at Chad.
I'm just like, run away!
Chad told us you
Wanted authority.
You watch as this one pulls the other one aside, who is stunned. Either doesn't really understand what a godling is, or they're just not sure how to respond. But you watch as this one quickly is like just rattling with chains and keys, and just opens the gate, and like just pushes it open. It's like, right away, your holiness.
Doesn't just and like she beckons for Chad to follow, and then she gets into the square, and she's like, Justicar, come here.
Again in this booming voice, you say, Justicar, come here.
Chad under his breath is just like, guess I don't need to teach you anything.
Yeah, I imagine at this point. I imagine for a while Chad had forgotten that Tali was like a godling almost. Like you had that initial shock, and then you came back to being peers.
Cool.
And this is a moment where you're going, "Oh fuck this again."
Right.
Tali's voice booms out as Justicar, come here. And you just see this Justicar just sort of like stop in the street. And there is this kind of look, like the head turns slightly, and again, it's a hooded head, you can't see it. And there's this moment of pause where they're just standing there, not approaching you, they're just standing there. You guys on the roof would see this. You would see Tali and Chad enter, hear Tali's voice boom, and then this Justicar come to a halt.
Do we identify it as Tali's voice? Like you said, it
Yes.
was augmented. Okay.
It's augmented, it echoes, but it is you are recognizing Tali's voice.
Great.
Chad's gonna just again like, is there anything I can do? Can I? He's trying to not try like move at all. He's like, if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. But it seems like you've got this under control. Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Look imposing.
Brask is gonna turn to Pebble and Christina again, and like more seriously this time, like you guys should go. I got this.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Pebble and Christina, are you going or are you staying?
On the roof?
Yeah, you're on the roof. Are you? As in, you're going to continue to the pub? Are you staying with Brask? Are you just running the fuck away? Like, what are you two doing?
I think whilst I see an opportune moment to carry on to try and get to this troll, because these guys have got a distraction.
Definitely a distraction.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just
same.
gonna carry on.
So I'll ask you two quickly then, before we come back to the main action. How are you getting off of this roof? Because you have to get down from the roof to get to the cost of the tavern.
Well, I realised that I have a spell. Now, I said I wasn't going to do magic, but I have a spell called Spider Climb that allows me to climb up and down walls.
Nice.
Yep, that seems pretty handy. So you can get down easily enough then, basically, by doing this. So that's how you're getting down.
Part of me wants
Do you want to get on my back, Pebble?
Is that gonna work?
Find out.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So yes, you basically. How does the spell look, Christina, when you cast this?
Limbs.
Just sort of. I envision it as not really anything happening.
Oh, okay.
There's no sort of magic glow or any like indication. It's just start doing it.
You just walk and then just basically just spin and
Just
just
like-
kind of keep walking down as the
Yes.
gravity is altered for you. Okay, that's fine. So you just start walking. So Pebble, you kind of like almost like getting a piggyback from Christina. You're just watching. It's like I can just walk down the building, and it's just walking forward. You're like, oh god, oh god, oh god. And then Christina it feels like Christina falls and she just spins and then suddenly starts walking down. However, Christina, I do want you to roll me an athletics check to see if you're strong enough to hold Pebble's weight. Because although gravity obviously adjusts for you, it doesn't adjust for Pebble. So you have like basically someone like sitting on your back.
Got 13.
Okay, well that was enough for Brask, it was enough for you. So despite the fact that you have this incredible weight just pushing down on your back, you are able to you have to slow your walk a bit. But you are
More strength.
Core strength, yeah.
Yes.
Get the abs.
Thank you, Christina.
But yeah,
Christina.
you two do start making your way down.
So
rapidly.
one second. So we're making it down inside the square.
Yes, inside
So the
the
Justicar can see us in.
I'm hoping you're a bit further along.
Yeah, you moved along a bit, so you've got outside the Justicar's eyesight.
So like Tali
Okay.
can see you while you took the Justicar.
Point being, it won't matter because after a brief pause, the Justicar does start to turn, like a half turn towards you, Tali and Chad, and you just hear their voice booming back. It's like, "By what authority do you claim to command me?"
By the gods.
Yes. By the gods. Duh.
The figure now, the hood actually turns to look at you fully.
Word economy.
Yeah. And it is by the gods themselves that Aspis is here. And starts marching towards you.
It's actually a spit jay.
What economy again?
You just hear this heavy plate armor just like chunk, chunk, chunk as they're just walking,
Poke
like,
face.
storming towards you. And just comes to a halt about maybe 10 feet away from you or such. Looks you up and down. And you immediately pick up on there's a body language here that you're not. The few times you have basically, used your ability as a godling to kind of make people revere you, it makes you uncomfortable. You don't try and do it, but there's always this kind of, people trying to look away from you. People that this figure is just taking you up in and just pulls back the hood. And you see a sight you are not expecting to see. You see deep blue skin,
Oh no.
gold markings, kind of like almost like part of the tattoos practically, but they're gold, white pupilless eyes. And then you just hear his voice. So there are two godlings in Dowbridge then. Aspis was not aware.
Shit. Oh shit! This is bad. This is so bad.
Chad is gonna.
Right.
You're not a Justicar then.
I am. Aspis is a Justicar.
Is that a thing Tali knows? Is that allowed? Is that a thing?
Oh, a religion check.
Shenanigans. 5. We don't
5.
know.
You've
Nothing
never
religion
heard of
today.
it before, but Aspis continues Aspis is Justicar Lieutenant of Dowbridge.
Hmm.
And Aspis was not made aware of another godling in the city.
Athalia
purpose here?
is traveling through the city, and Tali heard a commotion.
Very well, then you should approve of Aspis's business. There is corrupted magics in this street.
Well, what is happening? What is happening? What's the situation?
Beings here are naturally expanding their lifespans.
Mm-hmm.
They must be purged.
Have you done your preliminary survey, your investigations? Where is the procedure? You just murdering civilians in the street?
I act with the... And I'm tripping up on it now. Aspis acts with the will of Artyrus. There is no need for surveys. Artyrus wills that these people die, and Aspis will be the blade to do so. They have magic on them. Aspis can sense it. So they will die by my hand. By Aspis's hand.
They may have magic, but... Go, Chad?
Oh, go ahead.
They might have magic, but... The Abbey does not sanction wanton murder for every instance of magic.
The Abbey perhaps does not. But the will of Artyrus trumps the Abbey's wants and wills.
So you're acting outside of the Abbey and on your own time?
The Justicars follow the will of Artyrus, and Artyrus's will is that I act in their stead.
The Justicars follow the will of the Abbey. Tali and Aspis are different.
And which god speaks to you, Tali?
I need to think about what the 7 pillars of your religion are. And I
You
don't remember.
What? While you're thinking that, can I just do a quick religion check just to see how much of this Chad
Yep.
is following?
Go for it.
Because obviously Chad is a religious man.
Yes.
But,
He's not like a priest.
Yeah, there might be some things here that he's not quite getting.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. No, that's a natural 20. So
Yeah, you're
Chad
getting
knows everything now.
Yeah. Chad knows who Artyrus is, and he
Yeah.
knows.
So what you're picking up on here is there are 7 pillars of the.
Yeah,
You follow the Abbey of Civility. The Abbey of Civility essentially is a pantheon of gods. There are 7 of them, and they stand for 7 pillars of society. You don't worship the gods directly. It's kind of, you don't worship their tenants, which is the pillars. There are 7, which I'll put up in a second. But Artyrus in particular, Artyrus is the god of war and justice, and their pillar is the pillar of defense and justice. So they stand for basically the Justicars and like guards and stuff that directly report into them. Essentially it. How it works in the real world is that there are governments the governments mirror how the gods' courts work. So then there is a minister of defense, for example, and they are directly in charge of the guards. Justicars themselves actually report directly into the abbey, and therefore they should be the word of Artyrus. What you're picking up here from what Tali's saying is that there are certain ways that the Justicars are supposed to act, and this godling is acting as if they don't, they're above all that. Essentially saying they're getting their word directly from the big man, so they don't need to follow the rules.
Yeah. And can I also just double check? Does Chad? Is it clear to Chad? I'm assuming it would be with a 20. What role he is pretending to be in this situation? With the
Not really. The only thing you know is that
as in what role Chad is pretending to be.
I know what you mean. You're not really sure. You're clearly acting to be some sort of attendant to Tali, but it's not like an official thing. The only thing you kind of be aware of, although Tali is quite lax on it and lets you essentially talk to them all the time, you know that you should not be able to address Aspis without Aspis's direct permission.
Right. Yes.
Nor should you be able to really look at them or touch them. So it puts you in a very particular situation.
Staring at the floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
In
don't.
terms of the pillars,
Yeah.
so there is
And
law.
the gods specific. Well, yeah.
Okay. So there is the pillar of law, and the god who relates that is Proctor. There is the pillar of defense, and that's Artyrus. There is the pillar of commerce, and that's Clatho. Agriculture, that's Tylea. The pillar of records, that's Locke. Pillar of health, that's Ophne. Pillar of graves, that's Ilea. Those are the 7 pillars.
Okay. And does Tali know? Because obviously Tali doesn't follow, or doesn't have a relationship with any of those gods. But does Tali know that that's a frowned upon thing? Like, would she see a reason to lie about it or not?
From what you're aware, pretty much all godlings have the direct communication to one of the 7 gods, is what's known. There have been rare occasions, because there are lesser gods as well than the 7. The 7 are the big ones, but there are like minor gods and demigods and stuff like that. There have been cases where godlings do have the ear of a lesser god. It's not unheard of.
And can there be? Does Tali know? Can there be two? Like, can there be more than one godling of a particular
Yes.
god at one time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like the avatar of a god. They are just
One.
apparently one of. They
Yeah.
apparently
Yeah. Okay.
in the same way that Intin speaks to you, apparently Artyrus speaks to this person, but
Mhm.
there could be other godlings who Artyrus speaks to.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. They are. Okay. Mm-mm-mm.
And Chad, you'd know that as well.
Yeah.
Just because you're a natural 20.
Yes. And what was the question that Aspis asked?
Which god do you report to?
Yeah.
I report to.
Or if that's what the words were. Like, yeah.
Something to that
Yeah,
effect.
but yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna say. Yeah, she's gonna say, Proctor, keeper of the law in the town, in this world.
Roll me a deception check.
Flat roll? Not flat.
Flat roll.
Oh. A 9.
Does Chad know? Oh, go ahead.
I got 9.
9. Okay. I'll roll an insight check. We'll see. What does Chad maybe know?
Does Chad know that that's a lie?
Yes. Yeah. You've heard Tali talk about
I've
intent
heard
before.
Tali talk about it. Yeah. Sorry, this is just before the Justicar thing.
I get stabbed.
If Chad were to at that moment drop to his knees and be like, "Praise Proctor," would that potentially be something that might lend a hand to that deception check?
You can do it if you want, and then I'll tell you.
I would say it's so in Chad's character, though. It's so in his character. I would do it.
Yeah.
It's funny. I love
Take a
it.
knee.
Chad's gonna immediately at the sound of Proctor's name, Chad's gonna be like, "Praise Proctor," and
Okay.
like drop to his knees.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
check something quickly on. Interesting. You drop to your knees, Chad, and as you do, there is a sound of your armor hitting the concrete from underneath your vestiges.
Oh,
There's
no!
like a clunk noise.
That's okay, because there's a bodyguard. It's
That's
fine.
fine.
Tali's
that's a
fine.
good point. That's a good point.
Aspis just sort of stays quiet for a moment. Like, if Tali is a godling of Proctor, a follower of law, then why was your arrival in Darbridge not announced correctly? And he sort of stares down at you, Chad, who has just hit the floor. And you watch as Aspis's eyes, sort of just those dull white eyes, just flash silver just for a second.
Well, Chad doesn't see that, does he?
Well, Chad doesn't see it, but Tali would.
Okay.
And this is where he's staring at Chad. This flash of silver comes across.
Tali know
their
what
eyes.
he's doing? Like,
You're sure it's some sort of magic.
yeah, but I don't know if I could. I
You
don't
roll an
have...
Arcana check real quick.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. Just more context.
Mhm.
10.
10. Magic of some sort.
Magic, good.
Neat.
Yes, okay. And I'm assuming the process, but what is the because Tali would maybe she wouldn't know, but maybe she would. But what is the process he's referring to of like? Do godlings have to specifically announce their arrival in the city? Is that a widely known thing?
I think for Tali, just because of your background,
Yeah.
you don't know that. Now that you're hearing it, it probably sounds like something that should be official, but it's not something you're
Okay.
aware of because of your particular circumstances.
Athalion does not handle administration.
You say those words, but it does seem to almost like fall on deaf ears as Aspis. The eyes have stopped being silver. He still stares at Chad laying on the floor. Like, who is this man to you?
My escort.
Oh.
Like that.
Oh.
I'm assuming. No, but I'm assuming that is the word they would use in old-timey fantasy, right? That's the
Yeah.
thing. Okay, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. No, I'm just being silly. Yeah.
It's okay.
He looks at you intently. That's right. They look at you intently. The eyes, pupilless eyes, that stare through you, just
Which one?
considering you.
Chad or to Tavi?
To you. Now, looking up from Chad, looking for you. Either you're aware of what he is and you're hiding it, or you're ignorant. Which is it?
This is not good. This is very bad. Maybe we shouldn't have brought Chad along for this. Oh, that's good. He's not beyond help. Athalia has taken responsibility for him.
Roll a persuasion check.
Just flat?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dice. 18.
18.
Minus
okay.
1. 17. That's a good roll.
Willfully ignorant then. Make sure that he is. If he becomes a problem, I am aware of him and what he is, and I will not stand for it.
Noted, but...
Chad,
Go, Chad.
Chad is Chad's not going to say anything because he knows he knows he needs to bite his tongue here. But Chad is desperate to actually to like have it confirmed what he is, because this guy clearly knows. Because it's still not quite confirmed that he's that he doesn't really quite know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But don't worry, Chad is staying quiet.
A little tear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Athalia will not stand to see him harm anyone.
Well, I mean, please know he is not my mission for the moment.
Then what is your mission here?
I have been called to purge the corruption of this street.
Kill them all?
Only those tainted with aberrant magics.
Does the Abbey know you're here?
There was a call. Someone sent a message to the barracks.
What kind of call?
A wire. Someone sent a wire to the barracks. One of the privates informed me, and I set off immediately.
Did you alert anybody else?
I told the private. Keep saying it. Aspis informed the private to let the other Justicars know.
Athalia cannot let Aspis continue to murder civilians in the street. There needs to be procedure for this. Standardized procedure. Thalia is not saying they shouldn't die, just that there has to be more regulation than this. Artyrus is the god of war. Of course Aspis will murder in the streets, but that's not the way of the other gods.
Artyrus is displeased with how the Justicars run business in this town, this city, this nation. Aberrant magics and creatures run wild. The Justicars have failed. Aspis was sent to them to renew their flames and bring about a better, more hardened Justicar.
So you admit you're acting against the current wishes of the Justicar organization. You're not making change within, the organization. You're
Aspis has been men of the Justicars for a long time and has risen through the ranks. My actions, Aspis's actions, have risen them to status. This new face of the Justicars will become the norm. Change is inevitable, and this is a battle that has been lost and losing for ages.
Quick question for Adam.
Mhm.
Is it common knowledge in religious circles that, Artyrus' daughter went off the fucking umbral?
No.
Okay, never mind then. Can't just use that to,
That is not
Attack
common
his
knowledge.
character.
That's not common
Well,
knowledge.
Tali wouldn't know that.
No,
Yeah.
Tali wouldn't know that.
Okay, sad.
Um,
That's fine.
Welcome.
Can Aspis not see? You do not change an organization by acting alone. Like this.
Godlings are alone. Godlings stand above and beyond normal citizens. We are change. We are the will of the gods themselves. And if Artyrus sets me to this task, then the task will be done.
So bring them to the jail. Make an example of them.
That is the old way. That Artyrus would see destroyed and done away with. For too long the Justicars held their hand. My mission is clear. And if Tali stands in the way, then Aspis will go through them. And starts to reach towards the great sword. This is the final warning to Tali. Step aside.
A big think.
Well, meanwhile,
Yeah.
Brock, while this conversation's been happening, what have you been up to?
Trying to understand it, I guess. There's a lot of big words, a lot of
Well,
gods
here was
and
like some
stuff that
popcorn.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
He has no idea what any of that stuff is.
There's probably a lot of talk of what probably does pick up at you because you obviously try and focus on this is the words of law have been banded around quite a lot,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and you obviously roll me an insight check. Let's see how much actually he's kind of picking up on.
Got a little. Ooh, 22.
22. Okay.
No,
We're
everything.
rolling high on like politics and stuff like
Yes,
that. Like the
surprisingly.
meta.
So despite the fact that a lot of these words and particulars are falling flat on you, the overarching messages are making it clear that although this Justicar is a member of a system, they are acting against the laws of the land, and they're claiming to be above them. And you obviously know Tali, who typically speaking sits outside of the law, is now the one trying to uphold the law.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can
I-
obviously now see that the Justicar is reaching towards a weapon in a threatening stance towards your companions.
Yeah. So I was right when you switched focus back to me. I was DMing you a queued action that I wanted to do.
Oh,
I didn't do it
yeah.
yet.
That's fine.
No, I didn't send it, but I can. I guess I
fine
could
then.
just do it now, or we can queue it.
No. Well, up to you.
So what I was gonna say was, one was a question of how injured am I likely to get by jumping off the roof?
I mean, you've fallen off a roof before.
I'm thinking like a sort
little
of
bit, but not-
intentional Wolverine style dig Dragonfang into the wall and sort of down the
Sure.
side of it.
That would potentially slow your fall, so you take less damage. But in terms of game mechanics, it's like 1 to 2d6. It's not. It kind of swings, but it's not massive amount of damage.
Okay, that's more than is ideal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure any damage is more than the ideal.
Yeah. Is there anything useful, potentially useful nearby? Like, can I do a perception check of like I'm looking for, I don't know, like a stack of barrels or like almost like a street light kind of thing. I can like
Sure.
slide down. I don't know, something like that.
Looking for a cart full of hay that you can do the Assassin's Creed dive into.
100%. That's exactly
yes.
yeah.
Roll me a
Especially if I can
perception check.
If I can do it proper Assassin's Creed style and then be stealth hidden inside it afterwards.
We'll see.
Uh,
Roll me a perception check.
Where did that eagle noise come from?
Got an 18.
18.
Oh,
So
imagine
not,
if I-
not a
back,
barrel
baby.
full of hay, but there probably is a bunch of sacks and. I mean, in fact, actually, there was obviously this straw draken that was used for pin the tail of the draken, and you do see kind of on the slide there's these bags of hay and the straw draken not too far away from where you are.
Land inside the straw dragon.
Become
Like
the straw
behind it.
because what Brask was going to do was, as soon as there was any hint of this becoming violent, he was going to essentially enact a one lizard man sort of police raid. So he's gonna attempt to do is to sort of Assassin's Creed dive into this hay, sort of roll out of it, a sort of battle stance where he's got Dragonfang in one hand, his badge in the other.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Magic police.
Oh,
Great.
no.
Okay. Well, okay. So you found the
I'm
hay.
not
so
sure we should fight this guy. We might die.
roll me an acrobatics check.
And this isn't him going straight to a violent solution. This is him sort of trying to take command of the situation. Sorry, athletics, you said.
Acrobatics.
Oh my! I think Brask is gonna die today, guys.
Okay. So
I just got a natural 1 on that roll.
as you're having this conversation, and Aspis is standing there, holding the blade, you just hear behind you a whomp as Brask misses the hay and straw by a few feet, and just plants into the floor. That's
Oh my god.
Nice. Come on, land. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor.
Oh, that
Cool,
wasn't
man.
that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Could be
Between
worse.
2d6 and 4 is like
And you just watch as Aspis turns and it just sees you, Brask, and just draws the blade, and just you hear the voice saying, "Aspis told you to halt!"
Brask is gonna, can I like weakly,
Yes.
while still on the floor, be like, magic, please.
Yes. I think this might be a good day to have a break.
Yeah, break
damn
the
it. One second.
As you can see now that Aspis
Ryan.
is walking with intent towards Brask.
Wait, is he left?
looking for-
Wait, okay.
Can we see the magic police sign again for the camera? Because I have you
Yeah.
just
This
focused now.
is what it says.
I completely missed it. Oh, this is great. This is
Yeah.
lovely.
Oh, good.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, Aspis is walking with intent towards Brask, weapon
If
drawn.
Aspis has left, do I need to have drawn my weapon to get attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Or does it provoke? Even if he walks, because technically I could just hit him with my hand. I could just punch.
Well,
him.
yes. So sorry,
Right,
if you want to hit him with your weapon, you need to have it drawn. You can't just like punch him. I'd also say like you can try and grapple him and stuff like that if you want to.
Well,
Allow
he
Yeah,
was
okay.
also
a grapple or a
he
shove,
was
like,
also he was also stood 10 feet away from us. So he's
is
actually
true,
technically
actually.
not within
That's good.
within melee range.
Good point.
Rules lawyer Will here, but no,
Right.
that's fair.
Um,
Actually,
because I was
Defense
thinking,
versus
what
defense
can I?
you are right. You are correct. He was a bit too far away for you.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
You can draw your weapon, but you would not be able to get an attack opportunity on Aspis.
Okay, fair.
Cool.
Nice. Shall we be
Um,
back at half past then? Andy?
Sure.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Cool.
We're trying to set up some initiative stuff as well, which is good.
Initiative.
We're gonna die.
dear. Yeah, we are. Good.
This is gonna be great.
All right. See you everyone in 14
Bye.
minutes now.
Bye.
Welcome back. So we pick up with the action kicking off between the two godlings as a fight breaks out. But just before we do that, we're going to jump back over to Pebble and Christina, who kind of, as this conflict has been building between our godlings, you've been making your way across the street, I imagine, to the pub. So you've just touched down the floor. It's been that kind of weird transition, Pebble, for you as you've kind of slowly sort of sat on Christina's back as she walks you to the floor. And you've just hit the floor as you can hear like loud voices and tensions rising from across in the middle of the cul-de-sac where that fighting's happening. But you can run from this point straight to the pub. You want to?
Yeah, let's do that.
So, but I'm imagining if Aspis is looking towards Brask now, so it might be even.
That
more
hasn't happened
difficult,
yet.
right?
This is slightly before that. You
Oh,
would have
right,
got to the
slightly
floor
before,
quite a
okay.
bit before Brass hit the floor. So Aspis currently has their back turned to you as they are
Cool.
facing Tali and Chad.
How many feet away are they?
Probably about 50, 60 feet away.
Okay, so they're like kind of close.
Yeah, it's not a massive cul-de-sac. There's obviously some space here, but it's not incredibly big.
Is it worth doing a stealth check to make sure that we
Yes,
do it
actually.
stealthily?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a stealth check.
Neat. Both of us. So I don't know where.
16.
Stealth. Yes. No. 5.
Oh.
It bounced on the 18.
Oh.
Damn it.
Okay. I will say between the two of you, like you are running across, and Pebble, at one point you just slip on the slippery cobblestones and just stack it under the floor. And it's one of those things where, had Tali and Chad not been distracting Aspis, this would 100% have given you away. You do take some damage, however. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you just hit the floor.
Oh, I'm dead. No, can you
Yeah.
imagine? That would be.
But Christine, you sort of pick Pebble up at his feet, and just you keep running across the street.
Great.
Cool.
So
Great.
I remind you, with
Fantastic.
the tavern itself, it is all the ground floor is boarded up. Every door and window has got like wooden covering. But you'll remember across the side there is that metal stairway leading up to the first floor, which is where you entered before. And you have
I'm gonna be like, Pebble, how do we get in? And Pebble will be like, this is how we get
when we were here, and this is facts. I just thought I really wanted to go in, and I appeared in the place.
That's not helpful.
So maybe it works with you. Just think really hard.
You do remember going up the stairs to a door though, which everyone else went through.
Sorry, we're not at that point yet. Sorry.
You've just run across the street. You are approaching the tavern.
So I go like over here, quick, and yeah, we go to the stair, and
It
but
leads
then
you round, and then when you get to that point and start going up the stairs, you are blocked by the building, so Aspis wouldn't be able to see you anyway.
cool,
at this
fantastic,
point.
great, we're safe.
So you make your way back up the top of these metal stairs, and these are slippery in this rain. But you get to the top, and you're once again faced with that thick iron door, which was locked previously. You're not sure if
So
it is
I'm
now or not.
gonna, I don't know if I can try doing something. Oh yeah, I can. How does Pebble remember if the door requires a key from the other side? Is this like a key and handle kind of situation, or if the handle is?
There's no
just-
handle. It's only a key.
Okay.
But we don't know if it was locked because when we left it
Well, I
wasn't.
mean, yeah, we'll try it first. Yeah, this is a
Try and
very
push the door. It is locked.
good.
So you remember that Jenny picked the lock for you guys,
I go like if
But
Jenny was,
also-
yeah. Yeah.
but then also she then relocked the door. But then later, when Rosalind turned up, she had some keys which she unlocked the door.
Rosalind, and she is basically dead on the floor now.
You haven't seen Rosalind? No,
in the
you don't
middle
know.
of. Oh no, it's the other one.
No.
Yeah.
Victoria, her daughter,
Sorry.
is dead on the floor.
Damn it.
You haven't seen Rosalind.
How much photographic memory does Pebble have? To
About
see
what?
the ranges
what-
of the key. No.
Do we have any lockpicks?
I don't think Pebble's that kind of guy.
Probably don't
If
have
you
lockpicks,
know what I
but-
mean.
But you might have spells. Again, you can probably teleport through the door like you did
I'm
before.
pretty sure.
I can, but- I can teleport through the door, but then it's not openable from the inside, right? This is my question.
No, it wasn't. You would need to be unlocked. However, there are options such as a massive troll might be able to knock the door open, or
Fair enough.
alternatively, if you're trying to stop being stealthy, you could also like break open some of the boarded up doors.
I don't wanna. I mean, we are too scared. Pebble is scared.
But
Pebble wants to
what you
keep
should
on
do-
trying to be stealthy.
The two of you should discuss this in character. What your options are.
Okay.
Well, the door's locked, so I don't.
Yes.
So I think we need to bust open a window.
Christina, 1 second. You're magical as well, right? Pebble doesn't
Yeah.
know. By the way, Pebble doesn't know how magic works very well. So it's like last time I was here, I just peeped through the keyhole, and then I thought really hard. It would be great to be inside, and it worked.
Oh,
So we
I
can try-
don't think I can do that. So why don't you try that
Okay.
again? I believe in you.
Cool. Thank you.
But really dorky. Yeah.
For some, is this fair that me, Unai, doesn't want this to happen? Can I use up a slot and it completely fail or something, or is that like?
We just choose not to cast a spell and then
Not
it's not
You
fair.
either choose to cast the spell or you don't cast the spell.
Unai chooses that Pebble isn't able to cast the spell.
That's fine.
At this
So yes, it
moment.
doesn't work in this time. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
oh, damn it. Because Pebble is very stressed and he's not really thinking. Okay. Windows. Okay.
So again, you remember that all the windows are boarded up.
If we could only not, just unboard them like quietly. Is that even a thing?
Could I do like an investigation check to see if there are any like weak spots? See.
Yes. Yeah. There'll be more perception check. Sorry, weak spots in the door or weak spots in the building?
Weak spots in the building.
It's a perception check.
Ah.
Because to do... Well, actually, sorry, let me put it this way. If you want to do investigation, you need to go up to the things and like be poking them and looking them, touching them. If you just want to glance around the building quickly, that's perception.
Right. Okay. Well, I want to I don't know, because my investigation is quite strong. So I'm like, if I go around the whole building and look at each individual boarded up door or window, I might find something that's
Okay.
easy to break into.
Yeah, okay, so investigation chance. There is a chance you might be spotted by Aspis by doing this, but you're desperate, so it's fine. Do investigation check, please.
Both of us.
Sure, yeah, you can do one as
Yeah,
well.
cool. Investigation. Oh my god, 18.
18, okay.
Ooh.
Yes, we're a team.
So yeah, Christina, you're looking at how much you can. You almost split it up. One of you sides, this one starts to go around the side, and Christina, you find a lot of very heavily boarded up windows. But Pebble, you find one. It is a window. It's boarded up, but you can see where the rain has been hitting it. The wood has clearly been warped slowly,
Yeah.
and you can see there's a slight gap in this boarding where basically the wood has slightly misaligned the window. And you think, although it's holding, you wouldn't be able to, but with enough force or magic or something, you might be able to dislodge that to get in.
Cool.
Again, it wouldn't be overly subtle, but with the rain and stuff, you might be able to do it quietly. But obviously, it would be noticed that there's a giant hole in the building at some point.
Good. I call. Well, how do I call for Christina's attention without being spotted?
Go and find
Oh.
her. Just walk around.
All right. Yeah. Okay. If it's that easy, then it's fine. Because I was gonna cast message.
You can do that as well.
Great.
You can do it alternatively.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
you can do what you want,
not now. In a moment where I'm more desperate, Pebble's gonna discover what message is.
Sure.
Not now. Cool. Yeah. So look, this maybe if we can just very quietly. And I've heard that when wood is wet, it can bend quite a bit. So maybe I don't know.
Can
It's
we
just
try
trying
and... Oh, what things do I have? I have... I have a dagger. Could I possibly try and get my
I think
dagger and
I
use
might
it as a
have a dagger
crowbar?
as well. Yeah, I have a dagger
Yeah,
as
you
well.
can try that.
We can try.
Okay, if you're
what-
trying together, I'll let one of you roll a strength check with advantage. One
What's
of you
your
is helping the other.
Christina? What's your strength score?
Strength is 10 plus 0.
Good. You're better. Minus
so-
9, minus 1.
So, Christina, roll me a strength check with advantage. See if you can pry open some of these boards.
Okay, so I've got 12. I got 13. Okay.
13, okay. You are making progress, but not as quick as you'd hoped. You managed to pull out a board, and the problem with these is it's not one thick piece of wood. It is several slats of wood. So you
Yeah.
are pulling apart, and some of them seem like they're more wood rot than others. So things it's splintering into pieces instead of coming out in large chunks. You're getting there. And as you're doing this, you're starting making progress, and then you suddenly hear a bam from behind you as brass hits the floor.
Oh.
Just behind
then you
us,
hear
right behind us.
Not directly behind you, but
Oh,
a little
right.
wise behind you and off to the side.
Cool.
You're still blocked from vision from Aspis, but then you hear Aspis shout, you hear Aspis draw a sword, and then everyone is now caught up at the same time. So, I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
And while we, is it a
God.
good time to reveal Aspis now? Then
Yeah, sure. Go on, you can show the stream what Aspis looks
cool.
like.
So
Spit.
Da-na-na-na-na. One sec. It's like
spit.
it's like a
Spit.
3 slides long thingy. Na-na-na. Here's his back. Do-do-do.
Like a
He's
drum roll.
a black square.
Ta-da!
You faded him in, like it.
Piss.
Yes.
Nice booty.
There we
That's
go.
perfect.
Oh.
It's very serious looking.
Very serious.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We shall stay a little bit on this slide, I think.
Yeah, we
Because
can.
why
I would
not?
have come back to our faces.
Initiative.
But initiative, please. So we'll start with
Ooh.
Shadonifius.
6.
6. Excellent. Ready to go. Tali.
10.
10. Slightly
Yeah.
more ready to go.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with everyone's dice today.
Yeah.
Brask.
21.
21.
Whoa!
Wow.
A smack to the face has woken you up. Christina.
7.
7. Pebble.
6.
6.
Brian, what is your mug? Is that the T-Rex
It
from
is.
Toy Story?
Official Brask merchandise.
Yes. I love it.
It's the hardest thing to drink out of.
Oh.
It's impossible. Doesn't work. It looks cool.
Try
It
it
looks cool.
anyway.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
What do you do as a DM in the event that two people have got the same initiative?
So I just say the person with the highest dex goes first.
Ah.
That makes
we'll
it-
figure it out when we get
makes a
there.
lot of sense.
Or sometimes I do maybe just roll dice again and see who gets higher.
Cool.
Or sometimes, because I use a spreadsheet basically, I just go who's alphabetically first because it automatically aligns it that way.
Fair enough.
Any of those, depends on the mood, how it takes me. But anyway, I'm gonna lose this soundtrack and we're going to set some different music out this time.
Fancy.
Some peaceful, happy music.
Yeah.
Friendship.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, up first, Brask, it is you. You are face down on the cobblestones, holding up your magic police badge, well, letter. The one that obviously, to everyone else, clearly says, I think I'm part of the magic police, please just go with this. Indulge me, essentially.
Oh boy.
It's gonna go really well.
Oh, he's not. He's drawn. He's fully drawn his sword now.
His sword is fully drawn, but he's about probably 20 feet away from you
Yeah.
as he's
So-
making his way towards you.
He's not yet. Aside from what I heard of him being a bit murdery in this specific situation, just a dash of, just sprinkling of murder.
Tiny bit murdering.
In this specific situation, I've not yet seen him do anything violent. He's just sort of understandably wary. Even Brass can pick up on the fact that when he falls out of the sky, it can be startling and some people will draw their weapons. Even
Yeah.
Brass
He
gets
has
that.
threatened to hurt us though. Well, Tali though. But yes,
Brass might not have picked up on that part because Brass was a little further away at that
he
time.
was kind of falling to the air.
So yes, as far as you're aware, apart from this, like he's drawn his weapon, he's walking towards you with purpose. I imagine you're on the, this is on the cusp of turning bad from Brass' point of view.
Yeah. So what I'm probably gonna do is just cue a bunch of actions.
Okay, so what you hold
Cue
ready
up
action, yes.
bunga. What?
Yeah.
I assume you're standing up as well.
So I'm just trying to think about what I might do. Think basically what I'm gonna do is just ready entangle.
Okay. What's the
Ooh.
conditions? You have to state the condition for when you trigger it.
Casting one action, range area 90 feet or 20 feet.
Oh no.
As in, like, when do you want to trigger it? So is
Oh,
it like
sorry.
if he gets within melee
Okay.
range of me, if he gets within 10 feet of me, if he attacks someone, like what is your trigger?
Yeah, if he swings his weapon
Okay.
in a way that is intended to cause harm against anybody,
Yeah.
I'll wrap him right up.
Okay.
Oh no, the
Um,
consequences of us all doing magic in front of this guy. Oh.
Fantastic
Excuse me?
consequences.
I'm allowed
Yes.
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
fine
Of
if
course,
I
of
do
course
it.
you are, yes, yes.
So's
absolutely.
Chad.
Okay, cool. That's your turn, Brass. So you're readying Entangle.
Is Chad the only member of the party who actually legitimately, obviously, yeah, but obviously it's a
For other
performance license.
purposes,
Is
yeah.
he literally the
I
only
think
one
so.
who legally is allowed to perform
Well,
magic?
Tali doesn't need no license.
Technically,
That's a good
Tali is
point.
allowed to.
That's a
Being
good
a
point.
I
goblin,
don't need
they
no
don't-
license.
They don't need one. But
Oh.
yes, you have talked about this before. You are the only one who has a magical license.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, we're doing the
Tali's turn.
paperwork. Oh, it's my
Yeah.
turn. Oh,
It's
okay.
Tali's turn. The
Okay.
Aspis is about 20 feet away from you now.
Right. So, Aspis is what is doing his thing. Come here. I've told you the Justicars has come here, but didn't know what he'd actually said to them. So, you said that there was a phone.
Yes, there is a wired sending station here in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah. How far away is it? Like, is it in the opposite direction to where Aspis is going?
It would kind of be in the opposite direction. Yeah. Let me.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out
telephone
whether
location check.
Tali wants to go and ring the Justicars, or if she wants to try and get his sword.
So it's probably about 30 feet away from you. Basically, it's a booth, kind of like a phone booth, that sort of stands near the fountains, which are just kind of in front of the tavern, and it's about 30 feet away from you.
Oh, so it's in front of the tavern.
It's near the tavern. It's obviously, this isn't again. It's not a massive cul-de-sac. Everything is kind of near everything else.
Yeah. Okay. But he's also walking towards Brask with the clear intent to take a swing at Brask.
Yes, yeah. Despite Brass not thinking things are turning violent, things are too clear about turning violent.
It's worth noting that Chad would absolutely take instruction from Tali at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. So how does disarming somebody work?
So, mechanically speaking, you make an attack roll against them, and they make a athletics check against it's a contested roll. If your attack roll is higher than an athletics check, they lose the weapon.
Okay.
But it doesn't do any damage. It just obviously drops the weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you probably want to try and get the weapon away from them, because otherwise they'll just pick it up again.
Yes. That might be the first priority is to get the weapon away from him,
Okay.
because he's gonna take a swing at Brask, and I've just seen him murder someone, so he's not gonna pull his punches. And Tali will say, look, okay, Tali will try to get his Aspas's sword, but maybe someone needs to call the Justicars.
Yeah. Tali, are you
Yeah.
asking me to go and call the Justicars?
Tali, maybe Chad is better to stay and help Brask. And then Tali could go.
You haven't got a lot of time to discuss this. What's
Yeah.
your choice?
I mean, Tali is going to go get the weapon, but she,
Yeah.
yes.
Tali. Yes, you going for the weapon?
I mean, right now, yeah, but then she's
Okay.
gonna go to the.
So you sort of state your thoughts that someone should call the Justicars, but then you charge forward to Aspis. So you catch up. Obviously, because you have glaive, you'll need to be within 10 feet of him. Them, which is handy.
So is it? What kind of is it? Hang on. Is it an attack like?
It's an attack roll. You make an attack roll.
But which? Because I have my spell attack, like DC like thingy, or I have my glaive one.
It will need to be with a weapon.
Okay. Chad will have a better one.
In theory, yes, Chad probably is better suited to disarming someone than you are.
It's probably Tali would probably be aware that Chad is in a very, very difficult situation where he's not even really allowed to look at this guy.
Also true. Maybe you should.
Whether Chad has no idea whether
That's
he
true.
This
is
is great.
able to
I think-
even try and attack
That's
this guy.
true.
I think
Even-
also this is a very desperate situation, and you don't have a lot of time to think.
Yeah,
Tali,
it's
so
fine.
what
yeah.
I'm
is
gonna make
Tali
the attack
doing?
roll.
Yes, this guy,
Okay.
yeah.
It's fine. I'm doing it.
Okay, so make an attack roll. Aspis will
We'll
make
do
an
on
athletics
D&D
check.
Beyond. Let's see. Natural 20. 24. D&D Beyond's my new dice rolling thing. Done.
See, now I have to think about this because Aspis also rolled a natural 20.
Holy fuck! This is the best thing ever. Both the god ladies rolling natural 20s.
What did your total?
This is like Harry Potter and Voldemort, just the
Yeah.
beams meeting and just that's it.
Yeah.
What did your total come to?
24. It's gonna
24.
be less than his.
Okay. It is, unfortunately. As you swing the weapon, you basically collide with their hand, and just the plate gauntlet just absorbs the blow, but there's just a dung, the blade is knocked to the floor, and you watch as the blade like embeds into the pavement slightly.
Wait, their blade.
Their blade, but they're holding it still. But you've caught their
Alright.
attention.
Okay.
You push their blade down,
Yeah.
and they just stop, and there's a turn over the shoulder, look back at you, and it's like, you don't want to do this. So you haven't disarmed them, but you have definitely got their attention.
But their sword's is it in the floor?
Slightly.
Okay.
Oh, if you do that enough times, you can dig a hole and take the troll from there. No. Sorry.
Any part of that look tacky on the part of Aspis to Brass?
That's your judgment at this point, because no, Tali attacked Aspis,
Okay.
essentially.
Well, I didn't attack him. I
I know,
just,
but you made the action against him.
Yeah. Tali
Aspis
will. I mean,
hasn't done anything.
yeah.
Apart
Aspis
from
was
say you don't want to do
don't want to do this. Tali will say something like, Athalia doesn't want to fight, but wants to resolve the situation lawfully.
Brask's ear pricks up. Lawfully, you say.
There's the magic words for Brask. Okay, let's do your turn, Tali. Anything else?
Oh, bonus action, Shield of Faith.
You sure?
just in case.
Yeah. Okay.
So good.
You shield
I'm
of face
loving this so
yourself.
much.
Yeah.
Okay. Then your turn. Christina, you have started prying away some of the wood boards, and you can hear a clash of metal from around the corner. It's still just cut off in your vision by the building.
I'm gonna carry on.
Yeah, okay. So roll me another strength check. Hey, Bruce.
Don't look at his modesty.
It wants to show his butt to the world.
Are we allowed to show a cat battle on Twitch?
Yes.
You're banned.
Lower it out,
doing to
lower it out.
Aspis. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, attack this.
Yes.
A 10, did you say, Christina?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You managed to pry some more of the wood boards off. You're probably about 2/3 of the way there now, but there is still this kind of board here. It's the point where you and Pebble could probably fit through. You don't think a troll would be able to get back through this right now.
It's fine, but
you
troll smash, innit?
if you wanted to, you could use your movement to get inside the tavern now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in.
Okay.
Get in the tavern.
You climb into this dusty old tavern, which is the same as you would when you last saw it. You do notably see, with the light that's just about peering in now, there is still some crusted snot on the wall where Rosalind was stuck, but she is no longer there.
I have no context for this as a character.
Oh yeah, you
of
don't.
course.
Okay,
of course.
She's never been inside.
Good point. Christina, you just see some horrible crusted, what looks like snot, but just like massive amounts on a wall.
And like
we leave
drawing
Rosalind
the
stuck
silhouette
to the
of a
wall?
woman. Sorry?
Huh?
Did we leave Rosalind
Yes, you did.
stuck to the wall?
You left her stuck to the wall.
Man, we were awful.
Yeah.
But with
Wonder
the
why
hero-
she might have been one of the ones who called the Justicar.
Hey, she's awful, okay? She was the one who's doing bad.
Yeah, well.
She deserved it. But yes, as you enter the dark tavern, is there anything you're doing, Christina? Like you shouting out, or are you just waiting for a moment?
I'm just waiting for Pebble to tell me what's going on.
That's fair.
Pebble tells her, it's not my turn yet.
That's fine. Chad and Pebble, you have the same initiative roll. So, who has higher dexterity?
I've got 11.
Dex. Where is Dex? One sec. Which Dex? The one at the top or the one at the little sidebar?
Either will
thingy?
do for me. I'll.
Saving throw or
No.
I have a
Mine-
yeah.
My
The
one at the
score.
top is 11.
My one at the top is 12.
So you'll go first, Pebble.
Neat.
Pebble, you've just seen.
I tell Christina, it's my turn now.
So you see,
Sorry to keep you waiting.
you see Christina pull over the boards and then jump it, get into the tavern.
I jump in, of
So
course.
you obviously climb in as well, so you use your movement to get inside as well.
Yeah.
You see a big crusty snot thing on the wall where Rosalind used to be, but isn't anymore. But
And
you're
I
presented with the.
I tell Christina, questions for later. And we start making our way.
Right.
What are you doing? You just
Start making our way down, right?
you are in the tavern. You're on the bottom floor. You came in at
Oh,
the
we're
ground
in the
floor.
bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Christina, have you ever seen what is it called?
Forest troll.
Forest troll before.
And I roll a history check.
History. I'll let you do history or nature. Whichever you prefer.
This bit is like the Avengers thing,
History's
isn't it?
better, I'll do that. 23.
23.
Wow. Yeah.
You haven't seen a forest troll before, but you have heard of them. They're these large, hulking creatures. This kind of like greenish blue, like mottled skin. It's kind of smooth, almost like say like frog skin.
Oh.
But they have this kind of bark that grows on the outside of their like arms and their back.
I wasn't
They're
imagining it like that.
huge.
That's better. Well, good. Glad to hear we are on the same page. So her name is Wolf. We just have to call her. She knows me briefly, right? Does she know
You were
me
here,
briefly?
so she met you.
Yeah, but did I like bond in any way with her?
You didn't spend a lot of time. None of you really bonded.
I
Apart
just
from I
say.
think Tali, who used a hero moment to convince her.
I said the calm emotions.
Yeah.
Let me check.
What are you doing? Are you calling out to Olyof? Are
I-
you trying
yeah,
to keep
but-
quiet and find them?
I don't want people outside to hear it.
Okay.
But I suppose it's
We are in a
fine
guild.
if
We
I.
could
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, Wolf, we're here to rescue you.
Make me a persuasion check.
Mate. 23.
23, okay.
It's
you
not
say-
natural, it's 18 plus 5.
Yeah,
but yeah.
that's great though.
I'm very
You say-
persuasive.
yeah. You kind of like a loud whisper, kind of like, Olyof, we're here to help you. And it is just quiet for a moment. And you just hear creaking as you see emerging from the shadows in the background this large, hulking kind of like shadowed figure, just like, oh, you hear scary noises outside.
We heard them
Is
too.
safe?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not, but it's not safe if we stay here either. We have
What will
to
you
think.
need to?
Wolf smash. No. What? I don't know actually.
really be like the Avengers.
Yeah.
This is up to you. Like you are separated from like the decision makers of the group. It is down to you and Christina to decide what you're doing with Olga.
Right, Christina. Any bright ideas? I don't have
Well,
any.
like, so, I'm trying to picture. It's like I take them out the back, but I don't know where the back is.
Yeah, you're
But
not
they're in
really.
the
The fact
middle
that
of
the
the
whole
square.
building's boarded up, you're not really aware of a back. The only entrance you're aware of is the one you've just made, and the iron door which is locked.
So I guess we go find. Can I do like another investigation
Well,
check? To
Yeah, it's not your turn yet, so you can have a think about that. But it's not, you can come around to that when it's your turn. But
I forgot we're meant to be fighting.
That's
And
fine.
I'm just.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think this can be the end of our turn, right? For the sake of.
yeah, it's fine. So you have
Dynamics.
Olyof has emerged
Yeah.
from the darkness and is there.
Cool.
Cool. Back outside, Chadonethius, it's your turn.
Right, so I've got a question. So
Yes.
I've got my burgeoning telekinetic powers,
Correct.
telekinetic movement. Now
Nice.
I'm aware that it is to target one loose object that's
Mhm.
loose or smaller, or one willing creature other than
Mhm.
myself.
Yeah.
Could I? I'm aware that Aspis is still holding the partially disarmed sword. Could I target that and see if I can finish that off?
Yeah,
Would
I
I-
would say only for the fact that there was a natural 20, which has essentially loosened their grip on it. Yes. So, is it something that normally automatically works, or do you have to roll something for it?
Let me have a check. So I just have to. I just can't. I can only do it once until the
Yeah,
next
that's fine.
thing. So you just do it.
So okay. So what I'm gonna do is, unlike normal, I'm gonna make you roll something for this because it isn't fully available, but it is.
Yeah. That's fine.
It's a
Aspis'
nice
grip
thing
has been
to-
loosened on it.
I am willing to use my hero moment
Okay.
for it.
Okay. Then fuck it. This works.
Yep.
So-
What would I use if I wasn't using my hero movement?
This will be a charisma check.
Hero movement.
This
Christmas check.
force of will
Pretty
is your
good at that.
charisma.
Oh.
You
Right,
can do the roll
okay.
first, and if you feel like it's not good enough, you can then.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you
that's
can
better.
use it.
So
Even
this will be
Yeah.
a contested. This will be you doing a charisma check versus them doing a strength check.
Cool. Because the reason I'm asking is because I've got +3 on charisma, so I can succeed even better if
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20 on that. Okay, so let's do charisma check first. That's a 13, so that's
13.
not great.
Not
Okay.
great.
You reach out and you feel the tug of it. But
Well, are
it
we
is
gonna? Are you
resisting.
gonna? Are you? Yeah. Are you gonna?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as it resists, you just reach out, like you know this is a dangerous situation. You just reach out your mind like this. I need to get this weapon away from this guy, and you just yank it. And you watch as, even though embedded in the ground of the wood, it just suddenly goes and flies back towards you, out of Aspis's hand and out of the ground.
I can imagine
Excellent.
Chad with the sword going like, I'm taking this.
So
How
I
how
can't.
far back does it fly?
So I can move it up to 30 feet.
Okay, so that's
so
you.
I
Bring it all the way
can't.
to you.
But I can't. It's not a tiny object, so I can't move it to my hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the way of Aspis and the sword now. So
Yes.
Yeah,
you know.
so I'm just chucking it away, like
Yeah.
towards me, wherever. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
now
pretty
30 feet
basically
away.
you'd be about 30 feet away. So it basically lands, kind of clambers at your feet, and it lands there.
Yeah.
Also, you get a good look at this blade. This is kind of unlike anything you've seen before. This weapon. You used to obviously weapons made of very sturdy steel. This weapon is almost like the metal is almost white.
Ooh,
It has this
that's
slight silvery sheen to it, but the metal itself is almost like a matte white in color. It's this silvery sheen where it catches the dim light at this time of night.
It's the same material as Aspis's eyes. The fuck?
It's a similar color, but it's not. You hope it's not
White and
material.
silvery.
It's just
Wait.
made out of eyes.
Eyes.
Oh god.
Goop.
Now, I also want Chad to make a break for it, but I also want to make the break with the sword. Is picking the sword up. Could I do that as like a bonus action?
Yeah. So as a free
And
action
also
every turn,
and
you can
free
interact with an
action.
item, so you can pick up the
Cool.
weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to hoof it to the wire.
Yeah. You
Nice.
pick up this hefty. Well, you feel like it should be hefty. The large greatsword. This is a very well made greatsword. It's very light. It feels very
Wow.
easy to pick up. You can basically just tuck it under one arm and run off with it. And you do that. So you then
It's a two-handed
turn.
weapon.
It's a two-handed weapon. Yes.
Okay.
You turn and you about face and basically run back to the sending station.
Yep.
Now I've got to surprisingly pull up the rules for a sending station mid-combat, which I have not got.
Yes! Gotta alert the authorities. That's how we roll.
Right, why sending station? What were the rules for
Why am I so yellow?
No, but normally normal D&D parties just murder everybody. We're like, we're gonna call the Justicar. We're gonna get the police.
Yes.
We're gonna disarm them and then ring for help.
Yeah,
The amount of
Chad's
times you disarm enemies in combat is
after all,
Chad's
we are Karen.
Chad's just glad that he's figured out a way of not needing to look at or attack this guy.
yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
good.
can't look at or speak to you, but can
I'll
steal the
steal
weapon.
their weapons.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the sending station,
Alright.
and Chad probably hasn't used a sending station before, but you have seen one. You saw one before in the abandoned brewery, and you also saw Burchard working one. And it's metal thing. It essentially is a ring phone. There's a plate on it which says the BIS, the British Innovation Society, and then there's a list of emergency contact numbers. And there is things like the City Watch, etc., etc. But Justicars are on there.
Thank goodness for that.
you
You
also-
also get there and be like,
Yeah.
what's the number for 911?
You also notice that there is a coin slot and a thing that says 5 steps.
Uh-oh. 5 steps!
Oh,
That's
How much money?
steep.
Yeah.
It's a
well,
novelty
Chad's
item,
already
so-
used
How
his
does it
free
cost-
action.
How does it cost more?
It would be an action to use the phone. So
Yeah, exactly. So Chad has made it there.
No, you can still do it this turn if you want. It's an action to
Wow.
use the phone.
Was your telepathic thing? Telekinesis
Oh, I
thing,
thought
is
that
an
was
action?
my.
Oh, it's the
Yeah, that
point.
was
So
an
you-
action. Yeah,
I
that was an
apologize.
action.
That's. I almost let you have that for free. That would have been.
That would have
You
been
could have got
good.
away with
Also,
that.
I love
Um,
how using the phone is more expensive than buying buns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's a brand new piece of technology.
Ah.
There's like 7 of these in the city. There's not a lot of them. That's not quite true. There's more than that. But
How many
Um,
buns could you get per phone call?
what I will say for Will's sake, something to think about is the way this works is this isn't like you contact a person, you can have a conversation. You basically, it's almost essentially like you get in contact with an answering machine and you can leave a message.
Right, it's like a pager.
Essentially, yeah. So this is it's a manual version of the sending spell. So you can send 25 words to a contact number.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Oh,
You
Okay.
can only
God.
say 25 words.
Oh god.
Does it work with
No, I
voice
don't
or does it work with a
And
keyboard?
or madam. My
I
name is
want
Chadronikius de Bertine. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Yeah. So
Same.
I'll let Will think about that while it's
Yeah.
3 turns,
right.
and we'll come back to that. So anyway, that's the end of Chad's turn.
Is it like a telegraph then? Like
I've just thought of one thing. Chad, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for your broken ribs
Oh,
to see if
no.
you could
Oh,
have done the thing.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. That's fine.
yeah, it's just
It's a 15.
15 is fine.
Okay.
That is a pass.
Good.
So despite the pain, basically that's what was when you initially tried to pull the sword. That was what was holding you back, and you had to push through it.
Nice. Nice narrative. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the end of your turn. It's now Aspis' turn.
No, I don't think it should be. We should skip them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's better. For everyone.
Harley's in
It's
danger.
more profitable.
That's a good point. This person probably doesn't need a sword, do they?
Mm,
I have other things, but the sword it's hefty, you know. Hefty.
So the sword is gone, and you see them standing, and they just turn to look at you, Tali. Standing there with a weapon, just like.
I'm 10 feet away.
no, what? Sorry.
Sorry, what did you say?
It is a battle. It is then. He just points at you and your weapon and goes, "Drop it." I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fine.
Did,
I'll make a wisdom saving throw.
As he is casting the.
Brask hear the thing about a battle it is?
Yes.
Oh,
Suddenly a whole bunch of rules got broken.
Oh, fucking 8.
8. Okay. Well, so we'll come to what Brass says in a second, but Tali, you hear his voice their voice just echoes around your head, and you just instinctively just drop your weapon. And you see them walking towards to try and pick up your weapon when Brass' spell goes off.
Yes!
I just quickly check,
Mhm.
and I don't know if this is a roll. Does Brask make the connection of his voice saying the thing and her dropping the weapon? Do I realise that's what's happened?
Roll me an Arcana check. Actually, fair. No, sorry, ignore that. He says drop the weapon, and Tali dropped her weapon. So you can see some sort of connection there.
Even if Brask doesn't know there's a spell in between, Brask now holds really high regards for Tali for, following a command.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just
But
like,
yes.
wow,
So
great
what
job,
happens
Tali.
with Entangle, if you're setting it off now, remind me what he needs to do.
Let me open it up. So, grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point I choose. For the duration, which is up to a minute, these plants turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain.
Cool.
A creature in the area, when you cast a spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the
Include
spell ends.
Tali.
Yes. My first question is: are you positioning in such a way that it only gets Aspis, or are you doing it just both Tali and Aspis?
Go big.
Just him,
Yeah, that's fine.
if I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
Does that like, if he is not the sort of central point of the 20 feet, does that
Yeah,
diminish the effect? Or
No, not at all. No,
Oh, in
you
that
can
case,
basically
then, yeah,
choose to.
just
You
him.
basically choose to. Basically, it cuts off just for Tali. Is basically what you can choose to do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So basically, there's a grassy patch starts to form. You watch under the cobblestones, all the sort of weeds and roots just start to kind of just build up, turning it into like a grassy square. with like weird like vines and stuff that are kind of making different terrain. The vines start to wrap up around Aspis, but you watch as he just grabs them and just tears them off of him as he got a I think a 22 on his strength saving throw.
I'm gonna die.
Actually, he needed a 23. No.
So he just tears him away and it's just like foul magics. He walks over and he picks up Tali's glaive.
My glaive!
3 goes foul magics. Brask is gonna go legal magics.
I like
And
it.
you watch as he picks
Doesn't
up the
like
glaive and holds it in an aggressive stance towards you, Tali.
Well, this is awkward.
But that, however, is his turn.
Yep.
This is. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yes.
The old switcheroo! Now, Chad, you need to give your weapons to Tali. Top of the round, Brask, it is your turn. Your spell has
Yeah,
unfortunately
boy.
not restrained Aspis, but you can see that Aspis has taken Tali's weapon and is now holding that aggressively towards Tali.
Then we are gonna do a classic Brask double whammy, and we're gonna Dragonfang it.
Yep.
We're gonna yeet that right at his stupid arm that's holding the sword
Yeah.
specifically.
So
Yes.
you're going to try and disarm. It's not a sword anymore, it's a glaive now, but yes.
That's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
So you make an attack
so
roll.
we'll do that first.
Yeah, you make an attack roll, he makes an athletics check to see which is higher.
Third switcheroo.
21.
Yeah.
Man did a good roll.
He rolled a 19.
Oh,
Yes!
fuck off! And this
No,
stupid.
no, as in
Oh,
it's
what?
good.
Okay.
You just beat it, basically. As you watch as he
Oh,
holds
okay.
it, holds this up in an aggressive stance towards you, Tali, and the boomerang just basically comes in and like under the arm, like clips him, pushes up, and he just drops it to the floor, and it's just like. So you watch as the
Is it
glaive
mine?
clambers to the floor.
Did he take damage on that or not?
No,
It's
the
disarming.
disarming strike doesn't take damage.
Well then, as a bonus
My name's
action-
Aspis. I just can't catch a break today. My day was going so well.
Would have got away
So-
with it if it wasn't for a bunch of meddling kids.
Yeah, right.
Brask has just thrown Dragonfang.
Yep.
Then it's like ricocheted off his hand, gone back around, turned to his hand.
Yeah.
Then what Brask is going to do is sort of flick his little satchel round
Is that a banana?
and release the bees.
Yeah.
And he's going to cast Hail
Yes.
of Thorns.
Release the beast!
It's Hail of Thorns an action.
At casting time, 1 bonus action.
Hey.
Fair enough. Oh, okay,
Right.
so
Lovely.
you might want to do that the other way around. I think the way Hail of Thorns work, if I remember, is next time you make an
It's the
attack
next-
roll.
It's when you hit a creature with a ranged weapon.
Yes. So basically that's like a
Okay.
preparatory step. You do that and then when you hit someone.
Oh.
So if you wanted
Then
to, I'll
other
let
way
you get
round,
away with
please.
it. Other way round. So you basically prep the bees and then throw the boomerang.
Can the bees be attached to the boomerang and just
Yes.
linger after it hits his hand?
Yes. And I'd say that still works. Even with the disarming strike, you are still hitting him with a weapon. You're just not intending to do damage. So what does Hail of Thorns do?
In addition to the normal effect of the attack,
Yep.
target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Creature
Am I-
takes 1d10 of piercing damage on a failed save.
Is
Half as
Tali
much on
10
a
feet
successful
away or
one.
5 feet away?
You be 5 feet away from this.
Dang it.
So both
Oh.
Tali and
Alright,
and
let's do it.
Aspis need to make a dex saving throw.
Right, let's do it. Ooh, that's alright, 19.
So you got 19 and they got a 17.
Okay, so you both take half a d10 of damage.
Okay, so
Um,
roll 1d10. Oh,
It
you.
was a successful roll.
Yep. Yeah. roll
And
the-
I rolled a 1, so you know,
you take 1 point damage.
you take half a.
No, you take 1 point
You
damage.
take 1, yeah.
It flattens out as 1. But yeah, as the weapon drops and stuff, then the bees come by and he just sort of like swats them aside as they sting each of you for 1 point.
Let's pretend that was the intention the whole time,
Yeah.
and Brask is just trying to get his attention.
Hey, but good news, guys! First blood.
Yay.
Yay!
We're so into
One
it. Yeah.
1 point of health
Yeah.
down. Only a 700
Every little
more
help.
to go.
Anyway, are you moving at all, Brask? Or are you staying where you are?
How far away is he from me?
He would be about 20 feet away from you.
So I'm kind of up here. He's here with Ollie. Chad's off around here somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll probably stay where I am because then we're sort of splitting his attention a little bit.
Okay, good idea. Okay, you stay there. So, up next, Tali, it's your turn.
Right, get my weapon back. Pick it up.
Yeah, you pick up your weapon quickly
That's
after he drops it.
Stab him in the chin.
Okay. If I could stab him in the chin, but I'm thinking I could disengage.
Yes.
Could then, with my new feet, if he comes towards me, I can bop him.
Yeah, that's fair. Basically, you can like push him back with the glaive to disengage, and then step away from him.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a bit of a waste of the. Kind
of depends if you want to be that close to him or not.
I mean, he doesn't have a weapon right now, but also it means that he could get my weapon. He could try and disarm me again.
Could do.
Which is going to be awkward. So maybe we'll disengage for now.
Okay. Yeah, you basically push him back with the glaive.
And she'll say as she's doing that, it's like, look, there's been enough bloodshed here tonight.
You do that.
That's my action.
That is your action. And you, how far away are you getting from him?
I guess, like, at least 10 feet, maybe 15 feet? Yeah, I'm having a little think about when... Because my range is 10 feet with a glaive.
Yes, so 15 feet.
Is it 15 feet or 10 feet? It's 10
No,
feet.
sorry, it's 10 feet, so you want to move 15 feet away because you need him to...
Because then he'll have
enter.
to move into...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that. So you basically push him back and say there's enough bloodshed and hold your weapon at the ready.
Yeah, but like in a defensive stance to make it clear, like, you know, he's going to defend it only if he comes
Yeah.
to her.
I understand.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of the things. You stand there, like, it's hard, like, on that limp, your leg, that limp, you are trying to hold
Yeah.
yourself and trying to stay strong.
I'm
but it
look
is-
strong!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're all fine for healing and stuff, I imagine. And also,
No one's taking any damage as far as I'm aware.
Good. We can't do Sanctuary because I got Shield of Faith. That's fine. I think that's me.
Cool. Okay, and your turn? Christina and Pebble. So you can kind of go together if you want. So you two. Back into the tavern. You see Warrior slowly emerge from the shadows.
How much are we
Troll
hearing
smash,
from?
troll smash.
I was thinking that. How much
what
are we
do we
hearing?
do?
Sorry, go on, Christina.
Like, Pebble, what do we do now?
Question for the DM: how much are we hearing about what's happening outside?
You're
How
hearing
much
a lot
of a
like, clash-
reading do we get? Yeah.
You're not really sure what's going on. You hear a lot of clashing of metal and like weapons against cobblestone, but you're not really sure what's going on.
Pebble, I think there's a bit of a scuffle happening outside. I think we should go and help out.
Wolf. Wow, the music has just stopped. What do you? There's a guy there. Who's killed? Who has the guy killed? Victoria. He's on to us. He wants to kill all of us. Our mission is just to get you to the forest. Will you help us? Please.
You need warrior fight this person.
Please?
Roll a persuasion check. Yes.
I'm a little bit worried.
Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah.
And both of
I'm
us?
hoping we don't get Warrior killed
16.
in the process of trying to send them off to a nice
No,
retirement.
I will say one of you with advantage because you're both
Alright.
saying this, and
Um.
you are the first people ever to try and help Warrior off in a long, long time. So
Christina, are you rolling with advantage or do I roll with advantage? I am-
What is persuasion?
I will say probably
My persuasion
realistically,
is +5.
I think realistically, Pebble should probably do this because Pebble is the only one who's actually met Warioff.
Cool. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 16 with advantage.
Okay.
What's yours, Christina?
Mine's persuasion +4.
No, but does Christina roll without
No,
advantage?
just-
Oh,
You were the only one rolling with advantage.
cool. 16.
16. Okay. You see Warioff. There's a kind of look on their face. It's hard to describe it. Their face it's almost human-like, but it is more extended, longer. There's fangs. There's a look of confusion. Okay, Warioff will help, but Warioff no one kill anyone.
That's good. We don't want to kill anyone either.
Warioff
let's
looking
go.
around
Sorry.
and just looking around like, how Warioff get out?
That's a very good question. What?
It cuts to like Warioff smashing through the side of the building.
Yeah,
Might be
basically.
going that way.
I think it's the only way, right?
Okay, so what are you telling Warioff?
So there's openings in this building that have been planked with wood. I'm trying to be simplistic here. Yeah, we just have to go through one of those holes through the wood, just pry off the wood, and then we are free.
Warioff,
look,
can you
come
smash
here.
These?
Come here. This one. Yeah, this one we have started already smashing it. So you're more than happy. We're more than happy if you smash it more. Please.
Warioff, there's a strange smile across his Warioff face, like,
Yes.
Warioff always wanted to smash these.
Good.
Oh,
Yes.
sweet.
Warioff is going to go not for the window you actually went for. Warioff is going to go straight to one of the big doors, like what would have been the main entrance of the tavern at some point. And you watch as Warioff just reaches back with an arm and just goes wham to punch it.
And Pebble says, "Yeah, you can do that as well. Good."
That also works. I mean,
Yeah.
With one hit, you just watch as the door just almost breaks in half.
Disintegrate. Great.
And you guys out in the street do see as just a piece of wood just flies out where the door is. Warioff then comes from second hit and just goes to like an undercut and just basically knocks the rest of the door out. And you just watch as that wooden boarding just goes crashing into the street.
Good.
You just hear some word like, "Ooh, time for Warioff to leave," and starts making her way through the entrance.
yeah.
Good. Is that our turn?
That'll be your turns, I think. Unless you want to do anything else.
Mate, I'm satisfied. Does Woyolf... well, when we get there, we will get there. I was gonna ask if Woyolf will recognize Tali in their current
true.
form.
Good question. We'll get there.
Could Woyolf read the
find out.
scene properly and stuff like that?
We will find out.
Yeah.
It's everyone's turn for now. So that's your turn. So Chad, it's your turn. You're at the payphone.
I'm on a
I'm
payphone!
having servants to do this kind of thing for me. Chad's just going to make a brief comment under his breath and seeing the door fly off. So, what was stopping her doing that before? She could have done that at any time. Oh, have we lost Adam?
Only
Not the
the
video.
only video.
I'm here. I'm still here.
Over there.
Kicks
What
on.
happened? Oh no.
Don't
So, Chad is going to pay his 5 cents. I imagine
Yep.
Chad always has a bit of money, bit of cash.
The little moolah.
You did have pocket money given out by Tani, I think, at some point, didn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And Chad, now obviously Chad hasn't had several minutes to compose this, but
Yes.
Chad is just going to come up with this off the top of his head. So it's 25 words,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, emergency assistance required. Rogue Justicar committing extrajudicial murder at cul-de-sac, 3 different words, of Gilded Eel. Civilians in mortal danger. Yours faithfully, Tradronethius Divertine
Oh,
III.
God.
Jesus
Why couldn't
Christ!
you be anonymous?
That was
So good.
And that is 25 words.
That's
That
I'm
is
impressed. I'm
fucking
impressed.
great.
God damn it! Why do you have to sign it off?
Yeah, it's great.
So after you speak that, the way it works is like basically like a cone.
7 words
Yeah.
for the for a sign off.
That's At the center of this like metal box, there is a code where you speak into. So you say those words.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, nice.
You can probably hear just about for commotion. You just hear Chad rattling off these things, and it's like, oh, he's doing good. He's doing great. He's doing great. Your
Emergency
space
Oh, fuck.
required. Rogue Justicar committing extrajudicial murder at cul-de-sac of Gilded Eel. Civilians in mortal danger. Yours faithfully, Chadronethius de Vertine III.
That is a CHA.
Yes. Oh, this
forwarding
is great.
address of Smorch.
No.
Anyway,
How does it? It's magical because how do the words get counted? Is there
Magic.
someone at the other end of the line? Anyway, yeah, we're not gonna delve into the technology.
it's not magical. It's mundane.
They can only afford to send so much data across the line.
The idea being, if you want to get technical, is that it
Yes.
records your voice for a certain amount of time.
All right.
And the easy way for me to measure that is by saying,
Yeah.
when there's a spell in D&D called sending, so I'm just mirroring that spell.
That makes a lot of sense.
Storing
Yeah.
data, storing voice
Yeah.
data is
So-
It's huge. Yeah.
You do that, and kind of unsatisfyingly, Chad, there's a click as the phone stops working. That's it. You don't
Excellent.
know anything
Chad's
else.
just gonna be like, huh, yeah, okay, anyway,
Good to speak to you, Cluck.
And I think just about that time, that's when the door flies open as Warrior bursts out of the tavern.
This is lovely.
So that's your action. Anything else for your turn, Chad?
Chad is gonna. How
I'll
far
also
away?
say that wouldn't have triggered your chest injuries as an action.
Okay,
No,
fine.
you just need a lot of
how-
oxygen to speak.
Yeah. How far away is the door that's just been blown off? How far away am I from the entrance of the?
That would probably be about like 20 feet back again.
Okay. Chad's gonna go and run towards that because he's still not entirely sure what he should be expected to do with the Aspis. So yeah, Chad's gonna travel
Travel
however close he's
across
able to
the
get to
land.
the.
That's fair.
Obviously, it's 20 feet. He can get there.
Yes. Cool. All right. So you're making one better. Perfect. It's now Aspis'
He's still got
turn.
the sword.
You still have the sword. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, true.
Aspis' turn. A troll has just burst out of tavern,
Neat.
and Tali is standing there, weapons drawn. You can see Aspis' attention is drawn to the troll. I'm just like, the source of the corruption. You watch as Aspis reaches it into a belt and draws out a dagger.
Oh.
Quite pitiful compared to the weapon that they
Yeah.
initially started with, and they do start walking towards the troll.
Do they come within? Would
I
they
would
know? Would they know not to? They might know not to.
I would say it's not so much that they come at you, but on their route to intercept the troll, they probably would come close enough that it would trigger your
Yes,
RPG.
Tali will say the creature is under
Yeah.
Athalia's protection,
Sure.
and then non-lethal
Pop him.
bop, non-lethal bop.
Yes. So
Non-lethal
as they enter your attack of opportunity range,
Yeah.
with your glaive,
Yeah.
you can make an attack of opportunity because you have a special feat that
Yeah.
lets you do that.
Oh.
Is it just the normal?
A
Yeah,
little
okay.
fair. Oh,
You got some special feat.
12.
12. Unfortunately, that does not get through the armor. So as you are walking, Aspis is like almost disregarded you at this point, focused intent on the troll, and you just hit the glaive across the armor. You actually cut through some of the cloak, the white cloak, but it just scrapes against the armor, and they just continue this kind of pitiful dagger. It's a very fine dagger, but it's pitiful in their armored hands. It clearly is a backup weapon, and they start making their way towards the troll. It's like, the source of the corruption. And they just start running towards Warrior.
Oh no.
And yeah, because of distances, they would get into attack range of Rolworth, who's basically
no.
just barely through the door, and they just lash out with a dagger. I'm not making attack rolls against my own characters. Great.
Adam can just resolve this combat by himself.
Yeah, it's just. What's Royal
Wasn't it just-
initiative as well? Is it?
Wait, does it provoke,
we
does
don't
it
know.
provoke opportunity attacks of anybody else in range, like Chad?
No, because opportunity attacks only usually when they leave areas. Only for you when they enter.
Oh, that's true.
And Chad isn't there yet, really. So let's see.
Yeah, Chad may well decide not to go directly to the to Whitehoff
Yes.
if he still has that the option to change direction.
Brain's going slow. 2 hits. Okay. So you watch as the dagger comes out and slashes towards Royolf. One slashes across the arm. Royolf then manages to push Aspis off when the second hit comes in, but then Aspis gets a dagger up into the arm on the third hit, doing some damage, which I'll figure out in a second. But yeah, you can see, and it's kind of where you guys are positioned inside the town. It's awkward now because Royolf has blocked the sort of doorway and has been accosted at the doorway.
Let me help you. Yeah.
But that's the end of Aspis' turn, so back to the top. Brask, you have now seen Aspis engage with the troll.
I was muted.
Yay!
Yeah. And Brask likes the troll, so he's extra mad right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
How far is Assface?
About 30 feet from you now, because he kind of moved perpendicular to you.
Liking this music.
I am going to do. I'm gonna attack him again with Dragonfang. I'm gonna cast Favored Foe on him. Well,
Yes. Yeah, use Favored Foe. That's fine.
Oh, yeah,
So
use
roll to
Favored
hit.
Foe.
Yes, roll to hit. I think you get if you get to decide to use Favored Foe if you hit him. So let's see if you hit first.
Yes, when you hit a creature with an attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to waste it until you know if you hit or not.
So 19.
Wow.
19 will hit.
Yay!
And what does it? As he's like basically stabbing, as they're stabbing into the arm of Rorgolf, the boomerang just goes bunk on the side of the head.
Bonk!
Yeah.
That's the roll
I was
the
gonna
damage.
Say, he's taking headshots now. He's not.
Yes.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not tiptoeing around this.
So roll the damage and add to your favorite foe damage as well.
So
I like that name,
8 damage
Favored Foe.
plus favored foe. And the first time on each of your turns that you hit the favored enemy, increase that damage by 1d4.
Yes.
So it's 8 plus 10 damage.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Nice. That's super cool.
So it clips the back of his head.
Now.
You do see that the sharpened bone boomerang does cut and cut, leaving a cut in his head, and you can see, which probably none of you have seen before, this silvery blood of a godling starts pouring down the side of his head.
Ooh.
Eek.
I wanna
It's a
make
little
a
bit
point as
unicorn-y.
well of like, as Dragonfang lands back in Ask's hand again, because he's properly furious now. He's gonna just let out like a properly primal roar.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
Anything else for your turn, Brask?
I think I'd probably maybe move towards him a little bit, not all the way, but maybe like 15 feet away from him or something like that.
Yep.
Just a little bit
so you-
closer.
yeah, you start to get move closer.
A little bit more intimate. So,
Nobody wants to be intimate with.
no.
No. Carly, it's your turn.
My turn. Okay. All right. So going towards Boyo. Try to attack Boyo. All right. So Tali is gonna move towards the troll.
Mhm.
And I want to cast Sanctuary on Boyo.
Yep,
So I'll have to drop Shield of Faith.
that's
For
fine.
that. Okay. That is a bonus action though.
It is.
But yeah, I definitely want to do that. So let's do that. So yeah, I think that Tali kind of like gets I guess kind of like some sort of like like kind of potpourri, like intensity, like kind of
Yes.
thing, and she kind of like throws it on the floor like under one of his feet, and like from there it kind of emanates like like a I don't know, yeah, like a protection barrier.
Yeah.
Kind of like it joins together with like constellations.
That's super cool.
I will say one thing for Tali's sake. You know that the Sanctuary spell breaks if the target receiving it attacks.
Oh shit, that's true. Maybe I don't do this then.
So you can do it, but you obviously try and tell Warrior not to attack or something like that, or you might want to consider something else.
Yeah, maybe we don't do that then. That's gonna be bad. Okay, well, I tried. That's fine. Let's not do that. Let me. Can I try and disarm our friend?
The dagger.
With him,
Yeah.
Without anything.
Yes, of course you can. So you can use the glaive to try and disarm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else she would do. I could try hold person.
Could do.
Yeah, actually, I might try hold person. Let's see if that works.
Okay.
Oh, it's also concentration though. Oh, why everything concentration? I can drop shield of faith, but that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
That will be. That is a 21.
Yeah, never mind. That doesn't work.
You try and hold on. You just find the force of personality from the godling. It just resists your ability to restrain them. You've not faced a foe like this before, who is, you're struggling with how this being is, on par with your own powers.
Okay. Okay. Well, and I guess does that just drop shield of faith when I cast
Yes.
it, or does it have to?
Yeah.
Well, that's sad. Okie dokie. I guess that's me.
You still have a bonus action if you want to use it, because you didn't cast Sanctuary in the end.
Yeah, I don't know why I would. I can't do that much with it.
Possibly not. No. Actually,
I might
you
recover.
can shout things out though. Obviously.
Yeah, I might recover. Well, I might actually use Charm's ability to recover a. Well. No, it's fine. We'll leave it for now.
Okay. Do you want to shout anything out though, like your compatriots, companions, compagnies?
We need to focus on, getting Warhoff out of here.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. That's into your turn, Tali.
Basically, don't hurt them more than
Yeah.
necessary. And try to restrain them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Cool. It's now Warrior's turn. Warrior has been stabbed a few times by these daggers. However, you do watch as some of the wounds that Aspis left her, you watch as they just suddenly rapidly heal on Warrior's, as Warrior's regenerative abilities seem to counteract some of the damage. And then what is Warrior going to do? You first of all watch as Warrior just goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Tries to shoot a snot shot at point blank, which isn't actually great for this, but could give them. Tell you what, actually, someone else roll me two d20 disadvantage and add 7 to it.
And I don't.
I'll let someone else take over Warrior's rolls because that's more exciting.
2 d20s with disadvantage and add 7 to it, right?
Yes, please.
2 d20s. So it's a 10 plus 7, 17.
17, okay. Yeah. You watch as Aspiso does just push the head away, and the snot just goes to the side.
Ah, damn it.
Unfortunately, avoiding.
I don't like this guy.
Warrior will then just go to try and grapple Aspis. So,
Yes.
can someone roll me a d20 plus 7?
Someone else.
Yeah.
I can have a go if you like.
Yay.
It won't go well, but
Yes. It will. I have
Is this
faith.
rolling for Aspis? So we don't want.
No, you're rolling for Royolf.
Ah.
So it was 13 plus 7, you said, so 20.
20.
A
Okay.
natural 20.
That beats Aspis's 15. So
Yeah.
you watch as Royolf just these long, large, troll arms just wrap around Aspis, and then start to lift Aspis up as Royolf is just gonna chuck Aspis away.
Yes. Yeet him out
So
the
good.
cul-de-sac
Yes.
into the ocean.
Team up with him.
Into space.
Look like Aspis is blasting up again.
Not that powerful, unfortunately.
And
But
we
you
can
do
run.
You do watch as
I'll
Aspis
get
like,
you, small and
Does
mighty.
he throw him? Does he throw him into the snot that he just redirected?
unfortunately not now. He's
Just
just going for
slap
long
him.
range.
So weird.
No, well, wait and see. You do watch as Aspis is like, how dare you touch me, you aberration! And Royolf is just like, go away! And just whoosh! Aspis takes some damage, but you watch as Aspis is thrown a couple of feet away, but then crashes into the fountain in the center of the cul-de-sac. Like hitting the
Yeah.
actual fountain deep at the center.
Conveniently placed fountain.
Nice.
Aspis takes some damage from that. Okay.
Yeah.
Royolf just looks at the rest of you like, we leave now.
Yes.
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 Heck yeah.
Royolf then will then start making. Actually, no, Royolf doesn't know where to go, so Royolf is gonna just ready to move.
Okay.
That's
Wait,
in the
wait,
Royolf's,
wait.
and the Royolf's turn is now Christina and Pebble's turn.
Okay. Let me have a little look at how can I contribute to this.
So you've obviously just seen, kind of from behind Royolf, you've seen Royolf pick up the Justicar and throw them across the courtyard into a fountain.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I can help.
I mean, either.
like,
Basically,
We should leave right now.
just lead Royolf into the, bit where we can live. Down the. Oh well, but the guards
Okay.
are gonna be there. Well,
So, but you
Like,
can. Okay, are you going to start making your way out the cul-de-sac with everyone
think-
else? I guess.
yeah, I think that's the
Yes, please.
sensible.
Cool. Okay. So that's what you're doing. Chad, anything specially you're doing?
Chad is gonna basically just call out to Tali as he's still sort of running over. Yeah, Tali, attack or help? What what should I do? What can I do?
Get Wolf out.
Get Wolf up. I can do. Do you want the sword?
Thank you.
No, I'll keep it. It's fine. It's great. I like it.
Do I want the sword?
Yeah.
Probably a later conversation.
Yeah.
So
Depends
Chad's
what kind
gonna-
of weapon it is, chat.
Yeah. Look, Chad's already looked up and realised that he is proficient in this type of sword. So
Wait, is
he's-
it a martial or simple?
Yeah. So
It's
technically
martial weapon.
speaking, Chad,
Because Chad has a shield though, so he wouldn't be able to use
Yeah.
his shield. Whereas Tali
Oh,
doesn't
that's a
have
good
a
point.
shield.
Chad, Brask, and
Um,
Tali can all use
yeah.
his weapon.
Alright, it's fine. Later.
Cool. So Chad's gonna call out to Woyoff and be like, Woyoff, yeah, follow me.
Okay. So you start charging away, basically with
Go
Royal.
on, chop.
I presume at this point, I probably need to check with Brask, who Ryan's run away. But I presume at this point, everyone's intent is to start basically running towards those guards.
Hello.
Tali's
Ryan's
Hi,
like-
gonna
Ryan.
try and cover, follow up at the back of the group, so that if Aspis gets up,
Yeah.
then
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Brask, what are you doing?
guys.
Because he's kind of the same thing. He's getting between the group and Aspis.
Yeah.
And just sort of letting everybody else dictate the direction of travel.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
So
agreed to go
Chad's
into the five fellows.
So Chad's leading him towards the leading everyone towards the gate. Where
Maybe
the
the
two
guards
are.
should be. Maybe we should have told the guards to go away.
Well, so
Oh
this is very
shit!
weird. We
Pebble should
will.
have readied an action. Anyway, yeah. Too
Well,
late.
this is slightly outside initiative now. So if you want to do
Oh.
something, you can do something.
So okay, well, if it's not under initiative, it doesn't. There's no point really. I wanted to, ready an action that as soon as basically we need Wolf now because he's strong. She is strong, but as soon as we don't need her, I want to find an excuse for Pebble to reduce her size.
I mean,
Well, the guy's been knocked out. we do it. Troll's gone.
But the way I want to play Pebble is I need Pebble to be stressed for his magic to start flowing somehow.
Are you not stressed?
I am, but for other reasons. I'm not thinking
very
about.
stressful.
I'm not thinking about the troll's size at the moment.
Well, okay, but wait. Okay, so what's going through Pebble's mind right now is you're running around the cul-de-sac. There are obviously some guards ahead, which you've got to deal with. But then you're running a troll through town, through the city. A big, heavy troll through the city. I could easily say that Pebble go, oh shit, they got a big troll. What are we gonna do? That's too big. The troll's too big.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
So as you're kind of stressing out, thinking about it, and kind of like looking around, looking at Warrior, looking back, you'll watch as Warrior just suddenly starts to just shrink down to Warrior is about the sort of same size as you guys.
Half his size, half her size, sorry.
Yeah, half her size, which makes it about your size realistically. However, Pebble, roll me a wild magic check.
Yes. It's just a D20, isn't it?
D20, please. You need to roll.
Close enough. Like
You
whatever
don't want to roll a 3 or lower.
Yeah, 15. It's fine.
15, you're fine.
Nothing happens.
So you're doing that. So they're shrinking. As Brask and Tally, you're taking up the back ranks. You watch as Aspis is pulling himself out of the fountain. You just see him pulling out. Is there anything you're immediately doing as he's still dagger in hand, standing to his...
Can I entangle one more time?
Go for it.
Ooh.
This is Brask just using rap from Pokemon, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Holly
Brask
does want to
is
do something,
a
but not
rapper.
towards Aspis.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, you need to do the strength
Yep.
saving throw.
Is it
So
with disadvantage? Because he's kind of prone, isn't he?
It's not with disadvantage.
Sad.
Prone doesn't affect straight throws. That would be a 22. You watch as they're trying to pull their way out. The vines from almost like seaweed kind of stuff, and the pond starts holding them, and they're just like tearing away and stabbing with a dagger and just pulling their way out. Like,
Rip Vine.
your
So,
foul magics will not stop me.
That doesn't count as an attack roll, does it? So favored foe does nothing.
No, it does not.
But does this count? I know we're sort of out of initiative, but does this kind of counts as a turn, right?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Could
it's
I
loose
maybe
now.
do?
One
maybe
trying to
use
work
one of my gathered swarm special thingies.
to do what? Because yes, you can. But what?
The attack's target must succeed on a strength saving throw, or be moved by the swarm up to 15 feet horizontally in a direction, and it knocks him prone. So basically, I just want to shove him 15 feet away using a swarm of bees.
Okay. Are you basically going to push him back in the fountain?
yes.
Whichever way is away from us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce
Okay.
said yes.
Bruce is really invested.
Strength saving throw. That would be a 13.
Oh no, it needed to be an 11.
So they're tearing their way through these weeds and stuff, and then the swarm of bees. They are being accosted. It's like
Right,
slowing
one
them
more,
down
one
as
more
such. But
One more time. How far away are they? Like, I want to throw the net.
they are, as far as you want to be. Like you're in control of this situation more than they
I would
are.
like to throw the net on them,
Okay.
so they are restrained for
Roll an
some
attack
time.
roll.
Yes, I will do that. Ooh. 22.
22 hits.
Yay!
So although the vines and the bees are not actually themselves slowing them down, it has distracted them enough that they don't see the net coming. So you throw the net over them, and they're like half in, half out the fountain, and the net goes over them. They're just hear this grunt of frustration.
Uh-huh.
We're not getting the
Net.
net back, by the way, but it's worth it.
More like
that's the
neat.
one.
Yeah. But then, so also Tali, because Werewolf is now about our size. So Tali wants to take off her cloak.
You technically wouldn't have seen that quite yet, because I imagine you had your backs turned when they were running that way.
Well, when Tali sees it,
Yeah, that's
Tali would like to give Werewolf her cloak, and
So
basically
we'll
like, it's okay, Werewolf. We're just gonna, so no one, so you're protected from.
Yeah. Let's hold that thought until next time.
Chad
So I
was
think-
going to have the same thought. So
Okay.
Oh, Charlie and Chad both gonna try.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh well,
Yeah,
there's something we haven't taken into consideration. I don't know if Wolf was, because it has to be, there was like a saving throw involved with
I know, I
enlarged
ignored it.
reduce.
Royalf
Yeah.
is willing.
A willing
to
creature.
help.
Yeah, fair enough.
Absolutely. Anyway, what I want to leave this on, as we will come to an end here, is
Oh no.
Chad Pebble, Christina and Warrior, as Brass and Tiny stand back, you are running towards these guards in the barricade.
Oh, no.
You can see they had re-put the barricade back up after you go on. What are you doing about this situation? As they are saying, they are looking in like faces like wide open, gobsmacked, and they don't know what's going on or what to do.
Chad is, and he's still wearing his was it vestment robe. Chad is going to like he's. But the little arc that Chad's been on in this thing is Chad was going to show how he can be authoritative.
Oh, here we go.
To Tali, and then Tali has she fucked up trying to do it his way, and then she just like immediately did it perfectly her way. He is now going to try and use her authority to do what he and basically like combine
use
everything.
her title. Yes.
And he's going to obviously he can't boom his voice and stuff, but he's going to do an intimidation check, and he's gonna shout out like in the name of in the name of
Oh, yo!
Are you?
in the name of the Abbey, open the gate. This Justicar is the real Justicars are on their way. Open the gate. Let us out.
Yes, I will have you roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Excellent.
Pretty
Because
good.
of all
pretty
the
good.
setup of this situation.
I swear if you roll a natural 1, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna laugh.
Oh,
Right, it was a 19.
Wow, yes.
That is enough. Like these
Yes.
guards are clearly not paid enough to know what's going on. They are wet and miserable, middle of the night. They are stunned, shocked, and they just see you get out of the way, and they're like, "Yeah, of course." They just start basically opening this barricaded gate quickly. And despite the fact you do run by with, I imagine he's now a cloaked troll,
Yeah,
they just
totally.
let you through
Tiny one.
as you start escaping out into the streets of Dalbridge.
Thank you
We
very
did it.
much, good men.
And that is where we will end tonight.
we did it!
Yay!
Nobody died. We barely even got hurt. We stole a sword.
You're not
Yes.
in the Five Fellows yet, so
I'm
You'll
just
pick up-
fine.
I'd like to congratulate everybody for surviving my rolls.
Yes.
that's the hardest part of this
you
whole
for
session.
surviving your roles.
Yes. The hardest part of this
Ooh.
session was your rolls.
They were beautiful.
My bad.
Well done,
I love
guys.
it.
That was about as chaotic as I imagined it would be.
Yay.
That was so good.
So
So
good.
so good.
So many feelings
That's
and so many
great.
twists and turns. Oh, yes, great.
Yeah.
They're a tough boy.
Biggest twist being that we got away. We're getting away.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I'm gonna have to start thinking up some solutions to disarming because it happens a lot and it does
Yeah.
mess up some things with some.
I'm surprised we got away with it. I'm so
So
impressed.
am I. They had a big athletics check to resist it. It's just I think get away with it, but you almost lost your glaive. That would have been funny.
That's true. I thought he was gonna like snap it in half or something,
No.
and then I would have been like, but it
No.
costs money.
Their plan was to beat you senseless with it, but
That's fair.
they lost that pretty quickly as well.
Simple. I respect that.
You just need to get some super glue. That's what they need, and then they just. Anyway, well done though. You have made it out the cul-de-sac. You have
Oh.
a troll amongst you. You now need to get away from any trouble and back to the Five Fellows. Have a pint and wait for this all to blow over.
Yes.
Go to the forest,
Yeah.
camp out.
Find the blood.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go spend a couple of weeks, like a weekend in the forest. Wait for everybody to chill the fuck out. But we'll cover that next time, I suppose. Chad, you had the information token and used it to great effect. I think that's set the whole tone of this fight off. Really, getting that weapon away from them, 'cause that would be bad. But who would you like to give it to next time?
Now, can I just check who gave it to me last time? I've already forgotten.
Verity.
Verity. Now, I'm in two minds. I'm gonna say who I'm gonna give it to, but I'm also gonna say
A runner-up
the
prize.
runner-up.
Yeah.
Runner-up.
Yeah.
So, it's going to Sarah for Tali just being an absolute fucking boss
Yes.
and
Thank
yeah,
you.
just bringing the thunder. So absolutely for that. The runner-up was going to be Ryan as a consolation prize for getting so many natural ones. So,
Powering on through.
Only 4. That's not that many.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
4 and 6.
Consecutively as well, which is the surprising part.
Yeah.
It's fine. You got to mount your system early. It did set the tone, but you got to mount your system early.
Just wanted to help the story get started.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was inevitably going to go wrong, so you just got there quicker. Yes. Cool. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're not out of the woods yet, so you still got shit to do next time.
We're not in the woods yet either.
Well, that's a fair
Yeah,
point.
that's true. Yeah, we want to be in the woods.
You want to be in the woods, you're not in the woods. You got to get to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, well done. Do we have any new subscribers this time? Anyone?
Followers?
need to thank?
No.
Followers? That's what I meant. No?
Don't
Okay.
think so.
But
No worries.
we are always thankful.
We are always thankful followers, whether we have new ones or old ones. But cool. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching us today, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed our game. If you did, you can catch us here again in 2 weeks at the same time. You obviously can follow us, as we mentioned. You can turn on notifications, that sort of thing. If you want to rewatch our last session, it's now on YouTube, and this episode will be on YouTube this coming weekend. You can also follow us on Twitter if you want to see us tweet about things and mostly talk about how stressed everyone is about the next game. That seems to be a recurring theme. But cool, that's it. So we've been Small and Mighty. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.